Okay, so let's see. It is... What is it? I don't even know I just dropped off some Santa presents with a big old baggie at FedEx with lots of angry, sicko Jew haters, whatever they are. Pedophile, child molester Jew haters, because they're hunting a 5-year-old with my father with worldwide support for no reason, just out of pure hate. It's not really about anything specific, which is kind of weird. By an entire planet, which is weird, okay? So you sort of have to say, what's this about? Because it's just pure hate and rage to a 5-year-old. And I'm 49, I'm about to turn 50 in a couple months in February, and this 5-year-old needs to die. And now I haven't done this in a while, so I'm just looking around here because I forgot, when I do this at night, this little sensor can't, oh, here we go. This little sensor can't deal with light, like low light, right? I'm gonna pray this does the job here. I don't know if it will. And then where do I put it? Because I wasn't really prepared. I just grabbed a little camera, little Yee camera really quick. I don't think it's gonna stay there too long, but we'll just see how this plays out here. Okay, so it's Thursday the 18th, maybe? Something like that. December, Christmas coming up. I'm going to FedEx, sending some Christmas presents. I'm also going to be looking down here because I can't see the LED. There's no front blinky LED. And, you know, when these sensors hit a certain, like, 30 minutes, they shut off. Okay, something, depending on the camera. Okay, so you can probably see my car. First thing from the last, whatever you want to call it, video diary entry. Hey, I took out all my rear interior, put in new speakers, fixed the sub. Oh, I still got to change that to a newer subwoofer, but I got to wire that up. Okay, that's a little off topic. Diary entry or video blog. Oh, I said diary. Well, you could split that in two and say die, and now the world will run around saying Kevin said diary entry. Kevin's a violent paranoid schizo. We're all in danger. He's like Ted Bundy. Blah, blah, blah. We gotta kill him. We're all in danger. We're gonna pay off city guard at this point to hunt, stalk, and torture Kevin and try to stop him from leaving his house. And before that was Golden West, Allied Universal, ADT. Allied Universal was really pissed for years because not only were they sort of trying to hint about Universal Studios, who was paid off with Brian Longbottom to kill me, or maybe the other way, or it doesn't really make any sense because who are these random strangers hunting me to kill me for no reason? Trying to make me look like a violent paranoid schizo, especially large corporations like Coffee Bean and Starbucks with funded kill operations and Jew kill, Jew hater, on some level of racist bigotry. Does that make sense? You know, Kevin, you know, there's other Jewish people in the coffee shops and they don't care, so it's not about Judaism. Well, no, but it's about different. And really, I'm not different, but that's the label. Okay, Kevin's different at 5 years old. He needs to die. He needs to be put in a cage, into a mental institution. He's different. Jason Perlman at 7, Kevin's different. I'm told that Kevin's different and he needs to be locked away. We're going to start showing him movies with Ronald Barry Perlman. Like my father's starting, hey, I'm going to take Kevin to Encino, Sherman Oaks, Galleria, movie theater, you know, where like Fast Times at Ridgemont High and all that was filmed. Okay, we're going to take Kevin there and show him Wizards when he's 5, and then start in Jason, pretend you're an evil wizard brother, and make Kevin look crazy and try to get some kind of reaction from Kevin that sounds completely crazy. Kind of like the Truman Show, right? Man. Okay, so, and the psychology community who, if they get any infinitesimal fragment or piece of something kind of sort of iffy negative, boom, it's solidified to the billionth and spewed out to an entire planet on a mental illness watch list over the stupidest, like you farted at the dinner table and therefore you're trying to poison people's foods with gases or something like that. Okay, right? And like, but why? Well, because it's about mental illness. No, it's about hate. It's about I hate Kevin. Kevin needs to die. Even if I had mental illness, you think that hunting down, torturing, and locking someone in a bouncy room their entire life or exterminating them or eradicating is going to cure this mental illness. And then you're going to say, well, what's this mental illness? I mean, at 5 years old, was I breathing fire and shooting laser beams out of my eyes and killing everyone? And that's why City Guard with their schizo messages of city, we're guarding the city from you, while having planets of people throw rocks at your head minute by minute since 5 years old. Right? Okay? The only one that's ever been hurt, harmed in any way, and in danger is Kevin Perlman. No one else. Okay? So, you know, I have a life of minute-by-minute worldwide murder attacks, exponentially growing since 5 years old, and for a while I was doing sort of the video blogs or diaries. Can I say diary? Did I ruin your life? And, so you're gonna say, well, Kevin, why'd you stop? Well, you know, it gets exhausting. Okay, you gotta fucking. Do you know how many things I have to do? I walk around with a video camera all day and night, wherever I go, documenting mental rock thrown at my head, minute by minute, from business to business, stranger to stranger, from these reverse racist groups or whatever they are. Minute by minute worldwide, and if it's not verbal harassments, it's cars parked in strategic mental illness patterns. Like I'm looking at a couple of whites kind of backwards together right here and things like that, across from the FedEx where I just walked in, right? Okay, and you know they're both kind of waiting with lights on, and that's one of the tactics. Okay, there's actually that's a subset of multiple tactics, because one is parking cars backwards, another is parking cars in twos backwards, another one is two people together with lights on backwards, another one is cars spread in a lot backwards with lights on, another one is same cars, two Civics together, two Civics backwards. The welcome one has ramped up in the last couple of months, so every place I go in, welcome, and it starts actually from black employees. And I believe this one, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe this one starts at a Starbucks with a black employee trying to trigger a reaction. And then after that, weird, strange comments like, you need a mask. And there's a mask right here around my neck, right? Like, and then people in scrub suits following me from places, threatening me while I'm trying to get food, trying to get a pizza and things like this. Instantly connected, like within 10 minutes time. You know, you understand, right? So they're not iffy random events. They're close together, and they're 100,000 coincidences per day that don't make any sense. And you're gonna say, why does it always start with black people? Okay, so it started. I explained this on some of the last videos. It starts with black groups. It actually starts before that. I'll be honest. It starts at 5 years old, but it starts with black groups, and then it spiders out. Okay, and I trace it down to 8 years old, kissing the black girl at Science Guys Day Camp, or T1, in between first and second grade. Sent me back for having too slow of a learning curve. Supposedly, who knows? Maybe it was just a fucking kill camp. You know, maybe it was a fucking concentration camp, a U.S.-based child concentration camp type of thing, specially designed for Kevin Perlman. Or I don't fucking know, right? To label and isolate and go ballistic on him, just like when they threw me in jail. For talking, you don't talk, we throw you in jail with DNC cover-ups, falsified reports, all proven. They're illegal operations, all proven. Proven their guilt, not my guilt, their guilt, their illegal operations. And boom, put him in jail, have an entire jail throw rocks at his head while in a cage, and try to sort of lead him down a path of destruction, especially getting out with certain people, right? Okay, so, but yet in this entire equation, nobody can be honest about anything. So first of all, I say, where are we going? I'm driving, I'm blogging. Once again, it's the end of the world. People tried to break, here's the eclipse. It's back together. People tried to destroy it. The auto shops, like JoJo's, did everything to hold it hostage and not fix it. They sat there for 7 months trying to stall, and make me look crazy. A newer tactic is, well, Kevin, if first it's Kevin, you need to control. So people will tell me, Kevin, you need to control these people at like the auto shop places or anywhere, and I say, well, but you can't control people. How am I going to control them? What am I going to do? Put a shock collar on them like my father does? You can't control them. What's that going to do? It's not going to control them. It's just going to piss them off. Okay? So why would my family tell me, and friends tell me, that I need to control people when that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard? Okay, well, it's interesting because when I turned 29... Now, by the way, I have no topics here. I'm just sort of rattling whatever comes off. When I turned 29, Tom Farley was trying to set me. I noticed that has been going on my whole life, that Tom Farley was trying to manipulate me to set me up and frame me over and over. And so was Mike Huntley and everyone else. But one of Tom Farley's things, so I turned 29. I noticed there's worldwide groups hunting me. I can't really believe what I'm seeing. I don't really understand, like, I'm seeing this, but what am I seeing? And I've never heard of anything like this, right? Especially with a worldwide conspiracy for 45 years. And I'm tracing it down instantly going, no. I mean, did Mr. Quigley really? No, Mr. Quigley... I knew Mr. Quigley told me to punch Paul Schaefer in English class, and I said no, but I never in a million years thought that Mr. Quigley actually, with malice and clear criminal intent, was telling me to strike another student who was sort of pushing me in my chair. Little stupid shit. I mean, Paul Schaefer was kind of a bully, not the meanest of bullies, but he was a bully. And bullying me a little. More of a passive-aggressive bully, actually. Putting Melody stripper cards in Miss Prohaska's drawer to make it look like it was me. During a watch under Mr. Garcia's desk with an alarm on it while I fall asleep in her class a lot of times, right? Trying to sort of make it look like I'm fucking with my teachers. Now, interesting statement, because before that, my brother's telling me that he and his friends put teachers in a mental institution, and now he's going to put me in a mental institution, right? Okay, you see a pattern? But wait, let's stop there. Paul Schaefer wasn't friends with my brother. He was in my grade. You see what I'm saying? Paul Schaefer was in my class, and my brother would never have any normal association with Paul Schaefer, so how was my brother having an association, an information association and link to Paul Schaefer? Okay, so Tom Farley, 29. I think I was playing a lot of pool at Yankee Doodles back then, where they paid off all those waitresses to hunt, stalk, and kill, and say I'm doing something to them, and one of them's name was Heather, obviously. Hey, Heather, I ruined her life by saying hey, and there's a worldwide campaign to kill me because I said hey to a girl. Wait, time out. You said hey to a girl, and there's a worldwide campaign to kill you? Am I missing something here? So is hey on the top of the list, way past murder and mass genocide here? Okay, well, I can tell you that not only was this Heather Yankee Doodles girl taking turns throwing mental rocks at my head at Yankee Doodles, with thousands of people coming in per night for a good 8 years, provoking me, and all the waitresses and everyone else. And before I even knew what was going on, they were working on me with little passive-aggressive things like, maybe I say, hey, you want a drink? And I go, yeah, get a Guinness. Oh, we don't have Guinness here. And then maybe like 6 months goes by, and it's like, you talk to them, oh, we have Guinness, it's on tap, it's always been here. Now, what is the waitress trying to do? Well, passive-aggressively get a reaction, correct? So once you find out, you're going to be like, well, why are they... Well, don't say anything to them, because then you're creating problems and you're a bad guy. You see what I'm saying? Okay, now all these things are the same since 5 years old. We're going to beat the living shit out of you. We're going to stone you to death with our witch hunt. We're going to whip you to death for kissing a black girl, whatever. Minute by minute, your entire life, and if you react in any way, we're going to collect it, and we're going to use it against you. We're going to disseminate it worldwide and say, look what Kevin did to these people. Okay? And if there isn't a reaction, because I get these things daily on video where there is no reaction, but they still come after me anyways, going, look what he did, from zero reaction. Okay, and that's how it goes from zero to worldwide up until 29, finding out there's a worldwide campaign to kill me and me not reacting, not knowing, because they're making up the lies because they can't get the reactions. So the bottom line is, no matter what decision you make, they're hunting you to kill you. Okay? They're doing the same thing that Adolf Hitler did to the Jews. You're not perfect, you're different, you're the inferior race, we're going to kill you. But this isn't one guy. This is a planet of strangers conspiring using tools like the internet. And before that, it was people like Kelly Hatch sent after me to follow me. People like Kelly Hatch, and Kelly Hatch was one of them. Hey, Kevin's going off to college. Hey, Kelly, follow Kevin and rile everyone up against him to exterminate him. So Kelly went to Calabasas High. I wasn't friends with her, but she was clearly paid off, because who would deviate their life to stalking and hunting someone, and then it switched to the next person, the next person, the next. They got to be getting something out of it, correct? They're not doing it for free. Okay, so Tom Farley, because he was sent after me at a very young age. Okay, Tom Farley was sent after me at an extremely young age, and kill Kevin at all costs, or force him into a mental institution because we don't like his kind or whatever. Now, the more I figured out, the more they also want to lock me away too, right? Because they don't want to be known as child molesting, murdering, pedophile, racist, bigot, shit, scum, and trash. You go, I think that 5-year-old is different. I'm going to kill him with every resource on the planet. Using Adolf Hitler's next type of warfare that he wanted to, psychological warfare, which trickled down to the Ku Klux Klan and is actually used, I noticed, by police and gang stalking operations. And when I say gang stalking, that's a very vague term because it links from illegal police operations, like takedown operations, like I don't like that guy over there, so I'm gonna frame him and say I think that guy might be a criminal, or I don't trust that guy, so we're going to remove him from society. And so we want the neighborhood here to cry wolf and say, well, he raped me, he forced himself on me, he did this. Now, I got tons of that in video. I got the Asian girl. I'm right at the Warner Center Met here by my house. I got the Asian girl down there. Oh, Kevin spoke to me and I didn't like his dialogue. Wasn't perfect. If you ever talk again, I'm going to call the police. Blah, 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 trying to sort of intimidate me. You don't talk to people. Then it goes into their schizophrenia dog tactics. Kevin's crazy. He doesn't like dog walkers. Everyone hunt Kevin worldwide because he's crazy and blah, blah, blah. The only thing that happened is you're following me in mass groups, throwing rocks, trying to set me up, right, or frame me. What were Mike Huntley's words? I can't set you up or something like that, right? Like when he finally broke from his I'm your 14-year friend and 6-year business partner at Signity Services. I've given you enough rope to hang yourself. You better live a careful life. Dropping papers how to make people mentally ill and kill them on my desk. I'm kind of like dazed and confused, going like, what did I just wake up into, right? And then I'm finding the cops are sort of working with them, trying to make me look crazy, right? And the cops, they're trying to manipulate me to go down to the cops so the cops can say you're crazy. And when I go down, eventually after getting proof, I go down to the cops. Well, why didn't you first come to us? Oh, so I committed that I waited crime. I waited crime, so now you're not going to help me, right? How dare I? Well, it's not that simple. None of these situations are that simple, and as a matter of fact, none of life is usually that simple. Okay, you say, hey, talk about people, peel an onion. Okay, it doesn't work like that, right? It doesn't work like, nothing is black and white in life, or very rarely. Okay, and that's the problem. These judgments on me at 5 years old are all extreme black and white, and Adolf Hitler black and white, not just black and white. They're the extremist radical of extreme views that nobody's ever really seen unless you're around a psychotic murderer, okay? And so anyway, so back to Tom Farley's, well, I think Kevin's a bad guy, so I'm going to set him up and frame him. Or I'm jealous of Kevin when he was 6 or 7 or whatever, I can't tell you. 8 maybe, 8 years old maybe. So I'm going to off him with billions of government dollars and every person on the planet. Well, that's a little far-fetched for me in this worldwide conspiracy to kill me that to this day in becoming 2022, I'm not allowed to have a direct discussion about what's going on. There's a worldwide campaign to execute me. What's going on? You're crazy. You suffer from paranoia. Have you been taking drugs? Boss, or man, with like their the repetitive tactics, right? Like the thousands and thousands of people walking by me up to me per month saying man or whatever on video. That guy will be like, oh dude, you gotta stay taking the drugs, man. Like the I know you, I don't know you, bipolar terror tactic. Okay, which was designed, all these tactics are designed by the psychology community to torture and kill. Now, who has psychology degrees? My father's secondary psychology degree, my brother's secondary psychology degree, and my mother art therapy, therapist degree, or whatever. They worked at Cedars-Sinai. To help people. Yeah, by drilling holes in their head when they don't date the girl you tell. You better date a nice Jewish girl or I'll drill holes in your head, right? I mean, something like that, right? Okay. It's not about mental illness, and the entire mental illness list to the world, or whatever you want to call it, that Kevin suffers from mental illness and he's dangerous and this and that, is all a cover-up for some murderer's agenda to kill their 5-year-old. Well, there can only be a few people in that equation, let me tell you. Okay, so, Tom Varley. So we're 29, we're finding out things, we're freaked the fuck out, we're still trying to go out and live our life, but we're trying to understand, get a grasp on things, and, we're trying to get a grasp on things. And of course my mother sweeps in with people she knows in the psychology community to help me. It turns out it's a whole setup. It's a frame job. Okay, they don't care about up, down, left, right, truth, honesty, integrity, morals. They just care about their murder Kevin agenda, or more importantly at that point, I believe, a cover-up. Because Mike Huntley was babbling things like, "Oh shit, you're okay," something like that. Like I'm like unheard of things. Like I'm checking you out, unheard of things because they don't make sense. I'm checking you out to see if you're crazy, but you're not crazy. So now we got to cover it up. Well, but who follows someone from place to place to creating mass conspiracies to get some kind of insecurity label, right? Like an insecurity label. I need to know if that person's crazy. I followed them around for 29 years. I need to know if they're crazy. I need to know if they're crazy. I think they're crazy. I need to know. Well, you already think they're crazy. I mean, it's a closed book. Okay, you already judge the book by its cover. There's no. Oh, I was wrong. And most people that honestly that don't trust people, and I'm not saying that it's wrong not to trust people. Most people actually don't really trust people until they get to know them. And when I say they don't trust them, I don't mean they're hunting them to fucking execute them or things like that, or throwing 1,000 rocks under their feet a day trying to test them, saying don't step on a rock. But what I'm saying is, look, if I don't trust someone, I just don't really talk to them, and maybe I get to know them a little. But I don't follow them around throwing rocks at their fucking head going, I think you're a murderer and I'm going to prove it. So I'm going to keep throwing rocks at your head. And if you react to the rocks bashing your fucking skull in and the little brain bits flying out of your head every day, then you're violent. See, I told you so. I'm going to throw rocks at your head. See, they reacted. I told you so. Okay, now this is what we're talking about, the moronic stupidity, right? Except they're not moronic. It's an agenda. It's a tactic. Okay. So you're throwing rocks at someone's head until they react. They're going to react eventually, right? And like my brother used to hit me in the back of the head or flick me in the ear and then show me movies and call them flicks and then work on paranoid schizophrenia tactics. And where did he get those tactics from? He got it from my father, who started on me at 5 years old, and he sort of jumped in at 7. Okay. Okay, I'm not... One of the LEDs went out, but I don't think it stopped. It didn't stop recording. Okay, so, I don't know why the front LED's not on now. Shit, are we recording? Yeah, we are. Okay, so Tom Farley. So these manipulations to set someone up. These manipulations to set someone up to get reactions to say, look what they did, world. Look what they did, world. So imagine this ratcheting. Every person you meet is trying to manipulate you, send you down the wrong path, set you up. Not just one person, everyone on the planet since 5 years old. And if they can get any reaction, it goes on a worldwide propaganda channel. Or if they don't get the reaction, they still make up something. It goes on a worldwide propaganda channel with thousands and thousands of lies in an imaginary rap sheet that you're not allowed to address. You're not allowed to say, what's this about? You know what you did, now you need to die, and I refuse to fucking tell you what you did. Okay? Well, why won't you tell me? Because you don't have an answer is the reason. Okay, and that's why. That's the answer to the, you know what you did, well, you didn't do anything, there's just a worldwide campaign to kill you, with newer and newer lies, riling up worldwide murder groups to kill someone, and then it's supposed about mental illness and medication. It's not, I assure you. There is no medication. There is no anti-be hunted and killed medication, okay? And the way mental illness works has nothing to do with what's going on here. What's going on here is severe abuse of mental battering, and it's, look, I have 1,000 people per day. I had to sort of fix my, I don't know if you can see that, I had to fix my plumbing there, like the angle there, so don't hunt me down at Worldwide Groups making up a new lie over that like you always do. Okay, so, but I had to, like, you know, do a little manly, like, fix the plumbing in there on the jeans over there. Okay, it's like, okay, so you're walking down the street, 1,000 people show up, they bash your skull in with fucking baseball bats. This happens every day. Well, you know, we don't care about the dudes bashing your skull in with baseball bats. You just need to take medication because you suffer from mental illness. And the people bashing your skull in with baseball bats are running around going, you ruined my life because you bleeded on me. And the random people sitting on the sidewalks are going, yeah, he ruined my life because he bleeded on me, because blood's spraying on me. So you need to stop spraying your blood on me. And you're sitting there going, what about the fucking 1,000 people per day or hour bashing my skull in with baseball bats? Oh, well, we don't care about them. You can't control people. You can only control yourself. Hello? Sure, we can't control people, so we shouldn't have had a civil war over slavery, and we can't control people because we shouldn't have stopped Adolf Hitler, because we can't control people, right? They should be allowed to hunt down, torture, and kill everyone they want, because controlling people is wrong, and then it switches either this way or that way, and... Okay, so Kevin, so turned 29. Now remember, I'm just going to say this, even though I know everyone already knows this, unless they're fucking moronic idiot, like psychotically stupid moronic idiots. There's a context to every statement. We all know this. Okay, whether that statement is about controlling a situation or it's about an empty word, kill, or envy. Envy? Can I say envy? There's a context to the meaning of words based on how they're used in a sentence, correct? And if you can't understand basic English, then you could be dangerous if you're making those kind of judgments based on empty words or whatever. Things that have been done to me. It's raining out. You can probably see it's raining out. And there's a big thing with Kevin and rain because I think I said the word rain, or I like dark, foggy weather. Well, people don't like dark, foggy weather. Or rain. Can I say the word rain? Oh, if you say the word rain, you're evil. Hello, have you been doing your Rorschach test lately, right? Okay, so, right? If I say the word Ted and if you think serial killer, I'm going to say, are you doing your Rorschach test? Okay, so, is that what they're called? I'm not sure. I'm not a mind raper. I don't know. Okay, so, that's my self-defense terminology for the psychology community, a mind raper. I know it's a little fucking nap. It's a little aggressive, but let's think about what's going on here. Okay, so okay, we all know these things, unless you're just so fucking stupid out there. And oh, but here comes Tom Farley. Kevin said everyone's stupid. Well, there's a cover-up, and that cover-up goes on to the worldwide propaganda channel to rile up a worldwide murder operation in secret, where there's no accountability for libel, slander, defamation, because it's in secret and it's built in a way to kill by the government of the United States of America with billions of dollars, okay? And the psychology community with billions of dollars, and this is where you need to really question the integrity and morality of these psychological kill systems across the internet in secret. Because there's a big difference if I'm watching Fox News and there's a little piece there and it says, yeah, you know, Kevin Perlman raped a girl. Huh? What? And there's a picture of me and I go, huh? What? Kevin Perlman raped a girl? Who's this girl? Oh, here's her name. I don't even know who that person is. Okay, I'm going to call up my lawyer. I'm going to sue Fox News for defamation, slander, for destroying my life. But the Kevin Perlman kill systems, built around Kevin Perlman since 5 years old, really get bad in 1994 when the internet comes around. My brother wants me to see it so bad. Or all in secret. You don't even know what you're fighting. Okay, they're just it's blows from every person on the planet without any actual argument. Nothing's about anything. And if it is, they're sort of designed to sort of drive you crazy and stop you from having a counter argument. Like, you know, I can't tell you how many people that tell me things like, well, the Illuminati is very real, and so it's trying to sort of make me think that I have the Illuminati helping me or not helping me, or, oh, why are they doing that? Well, they're doing it to try to get me into a mental institution, make me look crazy. With the police, with the government, with the psychology community, with my neighbors, with every friend I've ever known, with my family, because it's about mental illness. Well, if I suffer from mental illness, then why do you need to create mental illness? Correct? Doesn't make any sense. It's about hate. It's about hate, and you know too much, and you better not fucking talk, or we kill you or execute you. Or eradicate you. Okay, so Tom Farley, controlling. This one's big. Controlling people. Okay, where does it even come from? I don't know. Well, I built RC remote control cars when I was young, and I modified and built little remote control cars. I mean, they have controllers. I mean, I'm an evil guy for building RC cars. That's probably why Brian Weaver came over and smashed all my Revel models. Because I'm an evil guy for making a RC10 or putting bigger little electric motors and shocks and a gas one. And okay, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Okay. Tom Farley, 29. Played pool there for years. Loved pool. Played pool in college. Played pool my whole life. Played pool in my father's party house growing up. Oh, it's because you're stalking waitresses, because you're trying to meet waitresses, so you're pretending to play pool. It's just going to switch and change. Now, that's where it comes down to Heather Girl following me to Starbucks, and you're not allowed to Yankee Doodles. I'm going to follow you to every other place, too, and hunt you and kill you, and working with Aubrey Fisher, and working with Tom Farley. And at one point, Tom Farley saying to me, who was working with Aubrey Fisher behind my back and things like that, once again, no direct contact. How are they communicating? And when I talk about these, I don't want to, they're not really triangle relationships. What they are, if I walk into this store right here, I don't know if you can see my finger, this store right here, when I walk out let's say I go to this gas station here and I buy a water, and every gas station in the local area, or possibly even worldwide at times, will be notified of my dialogues and things like that. And then if I pull over to another gas station, maybe I want a candy bar or gas or something, he's going to work on me with the next set of mental illness tactics. Maybe it's tapping on counters and things like that, like the FedEx guy was just doing right now. And older, that one started at 29. And it's going to go from place to place to place to place to place to place. Nobody said anything. I don't know that guy. What are you talking about? How would I know a guy in Woodland Hills at a gas station? Well, I'm trying to make you look crazy. So why? Can't tell you. All I can tell you is they've been working on me, exponentially growing from stranger to stranger since 5 years old, to kill Kevin at all costs. Now comes the stage. You're speaking out. You're starting to understand. You're speaking out. You don't talk or we kill you. So I don't have a say in your accusations. That 18-year-old right there in 2022 who has a rap sheet on me of lies, I'm not allowed to say none of it's true, or you'll kill me with all these. Okay, right, you get the idea. Well, that starts at 5 years old. 5 years old. So anything anyone wants to accuse me of to cover with their worldwide murder groups has to be at 5 years old. So back to Tom Farley, 29 years old, playing pool at Yankee Doodles in Woodland Hills, and all over different pool halls, but that one's close to my house. Girl comes in, starts a little flirty, kind of hot, cold, flirty, like she comes back, and Tom Farley says, you should harass her. And I'm looking at Tom Farley like, what the fuck? Like, why is this guy telling me to harass women? But I'm not really saying anything because I'm sort of in this... I'm seeing what's going on, but I don't understand it. Like, Tom Farley's not the only one. Mike Huntley's You're a Dead Man, and Tom Farley's... what's the word? Tom Farley's Losing His Cool. I'm your 30-year friend, so to speak. And then he's going, Kevin, you can't control people. And you're trying to sort of process everything that's going on. You're watching things coming from every direction. Not one friend, but they're breaking from their fake jailer, you're my slave since you were a young child personality. And then they're trying to brainwash you. Okay, then they're trying to brainwash you. And you don't really know how to react because it's coming from a planet of people. An entire planet, all at once. You're doing this, you're doing that, you raped 542 women, you stole 7,000 cars, it's your fault the Challenger blew up with NASA, whatever, right? You're just like, what am I fucking seeing? Coming from every fucking direction. What's about what? Why is Tom Farley trying to set me up? Why are all these people trying to frame me? What's going on? What do I say? Who do I tell? Okay, so I'm now going to jump back. That's just a taster. That's a teensy bit of Tom Farley. You can take that probably daily with Tom Farley and the colleges he went to trying to create schizophrenia directed at me and all sorts of shit for 30 years and apply to that one little setup attempt. Since a very young child, maybe 8 years old, I'm not sure. Okay, so now we're jumping kind of to my stepfather playing these mind games with the auto industry. Okay, you're getting back into cars. It's been... You went off to college. You built cars at 16. You're going off to 18 or whatever, 19. You're going off to college. It's a whole nother life. You're getting a college degree. You're studying things in college. And you don't realize the things that Brian Weaver's doing, like told to do, like make up lies with Pineapple Joe and your father that you stole $10,000 from your father for working on your cars and things like that. Brian Weaver starts in 8th grade actually with Ryan Hirsch, working on me with Ryan Hirsch, possibly Mike Block. I can't really connect that. Ryan Hirsch, Mike Block. What else was... I'm going to skip that because I've already said. 16, we're mad at you for teaching yourself how to build car engines, but we also obviously don't want you having social interactions because Corey Bixby, I'm going to try to frame Kevin. Kevin, will you drive me home Do I live on Gilbert Street or Royer and Gilbert, hinting about my mother's weird statements about Josh Burnham and golf clubs in the head, and then Kevin ruined my life because the ride home wasn't like this perfect. My guess is she's running around saying I tried to kill her in my car, and because maybe I went 46 and a 45 or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit that doesn't make any sense, like everything else. And that was around 16, 17, right? And there's not just that one situation, they're endless. From stranger to stranger, people in my high school, or Brian Weaver, or Damon Riggins. All the things with Damon Riggins now are still... I ruined Damon Riggins' life because I built a Trans Am, and he was supposedly angry about that, and so he's black, so I'm being hunted by the black community to be hunted and killed. Well, the only thing that happened is I built cars and Damon Riggins black, and I was never even friends with Damon Riggins. Well, that's strange. Why some random black guy I've never even been friends with hunting me to kill me with worldwide support? Okay, and that links to my college professors and black girls put on the wrestling team. Hey, Kevin's trying to beat up black girls. Well, what's a black girl doing on a boys wrestling team? And why are you making her train with Kevin Perlman? And why are you hunting Kevin Perlman to kill him over it, right? Okay, those things are all out of my control. Those things are all out of my control. Since we're talking about control, I'm not in control of what my coaches or friends or teachers are all conspiring to do to me, right? You see what I'm saying? I'm not in control of any of that. As a matter of fact, there is no way to control it. Because control is, like they say in the movie, what's the movie? Get out of the cockle. Days of Thunder. Control's an illusion. To a point. There's some things you can control on small scales. But you can't control a worldwide murder operation to kill you. But what are you going to do? Because there's a worldwide operation to kill you. And I guarantee that no medication is going to change a fucking thing. Okay, so Tom Farley trying to manipulate me to set me up or frame me with waitresses. What was the real reason? Well, they just don't like me playing pool. What's the excuse? Well, you play too much pool. Bullshit. They just don't like me playing pool. And they don't like me going to coffee shops and being social and making friends, just like they don't like me playing pool and making friends. And having that social life. And they don't want me going to happy hour to a bar because that involves that unhealthy alcohol. That unhealthy alcohol, we can't have alcohol in Kevin Perlman's body because it's unhealthy. And also putting salt on your food, right? Because you can't put salt, but everyone else can. Everyone else, and coffee creates anxiety. But everyone else can drink coffee. It's not creating anxiety with them. Okay, and what if it did create anxiety? Who fucking cares? That's their choice, and who fucking cares? Okay, so you're not allowed to places with alcohol. You're not allowed to smoke cigarettes. You're not allowed to go to bars and be social. You're not allowed to have hobbies like cars and working on cars and building cars, because cars are dangerous. You can be a danger to yourself or other because a car can be a weapon and blah blah. Just Dincy proved that one, right? You farted in your car and you tried to kill the world. Okay, so he proved that one on paper. On paper, what were those fabricated statements? I supposedly walked in with Starbucks. I have a handwritten thing with Starbucks employees. Kevin walked in here and he threatened to kill all Starbucks customers, and he jammed a camera in my face. Oh, Kevin's not allowed to get into photography professionally or a hobby because he might walk out of his house with a camera, and that ruins everyone's lives. Kevin's not allowed to get college degrees. You saw what happened when I tried to get a college degree. Kelly Hatch and many others sent after me. Kelly Hatch lookalikes at the University of Colorado told to move above me from my astronomy class, little goth lookalikes. Kevin's not allowed to buy 2 drinks at the same time because 2 is more than 1. I went and I got a coffee bean coffee, and I went and I got a Jamba Juice. Now we had Victoria working on me with the Spanish Inquisition, Victoria Walker with the Spanish Inquisition, about that when she came back in my life 20 years later trying to fucking finish the job and execute me with her son. Okay? Who cared? So you're not allowed to flirt with more than one girl every 8 years. You're not allowed to ask out more than one girl more than 8 years. Where are these little imaginary fucking psycho rules coming from here? Because they don't apply to anything. And then we go to the trigger words, right? Then we go, well, my father said something to me at 29, like, when he found out I went to strip clubs, and he said, well, you had fun, with this angry voice. Like, you went to strip clubs and this angry voice, like you had fun. Like nothing about anything. Nothing specific. Nothing about people trying to fucking execute you, kill you, set you up, frame you, some kind of worldwide murder operation. He was mad at me because I supposedly had fun, was his sentence, or like this pure anger. And I was sort of like, and then he's hinting that he knew all about Roddy Morales and the other 4 or 5 people sent after me to take me to strip clubs, one in each state. Oh, wait a minute. You have guys taking me to strip clubs, trying to kill me, saying I ruined your life by going to strip clubs. Who fucking cares? It's none of your fucking business. It's none of their business. So why is the world... Okay, here, we had people hinting at me the other day in Home Depot that I went to strip clubs with sort of angry little innuendo comments. So, you paid off 4 people to take me to strip clubs. I went to strip clubs. What's the problem? What are you mad about? Well, you went to strip clubs, you went to coffee shops, you played pool, you did IT, you built websites. Oh, the website one. Well, because you know computers, you must be a hacker. I forgot all about that. That was an older one. So we have worldwide campaigns to kill you. You're not allowed to do anything with computers. Art. Any piece of art ruins everyone's life. Art ruins people's life. So you're not allowed to create art. No coffee shops, art, playing pool, going to the bar, making friends on happy hour or whatever, or just going to a bar. No car meetup groups or working on cars, because that implies that evil people build cars, right? Never heard of fucking anything like that. Or drug dealer. Oh, they're working drug dealer angles. Well, if you have cool cars, you gotta be a drug dealer. Well, yeah, maybe the fucking dude with the fucking bling and a $500,000 Lamborghini, but a fucking 1967 Chevelle or Chevy Malibu with a 671 blower or a tunnel ram, they're all drug dealers, and I'm hanging out with the drug dealer crowd. Oh yeah, the 20 years trying to make me look like a drug dealer because I smoked a joint in college, smoked some weed with my friends in college a few times. Wait, you've smoked some weed with your friends in college? Oh, and by the way, you didn't do the acid, shrooms, Valium. You didn't do the acid, shrooms, Valiums, uppers, downers, coke, barbiturates, anything else. You just smoked a little weed in college. And Christina Stilinski in Arizona on internet-related chat found out, and there's a worldwide campaign to kill you with your family, that you're a drug dealer and the cops are following you around trying to make you look like a drug dealer and trying to plant trash bags full of marijuana in your house to try to lock you away in jail cells and mental institutions. Did you smoke some? So you went out because you went out and you were social? Oh, not allowed to meet people and be social, especially on internet-related chat. So in the 90s, being social with people on internet-related chat and going to parties, like, you know, you meet on the internet, then you go to someone's house, and nope, because those are social events. So how dare you? Everything is wrong. Everything is a crime. And each thing is met with the Spanish Inquisition. Why do you have a camera? Are you a photographer? Did you do it professionally? Well, what does it matter? What does it fucking matter if I did it professionally or not professionally? Or I was forced to buy a motherfucking camera because you motherfucking child molesting piece of shit rapist won't stop trying to kill me, right? It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is I have the right to fucking buy a camera, and if you have a problem with photographers or people defending themselves, anything, that's your own fucking problem, and if you hunt me to kill me, and I get over it, and I get proof, then it's your ass, okay? So, if these worldwide groups come after me, like Ally Universal, how Universal was paid off to try to threaten and intimidate Black, and so many other security companies, threaten, intimidate, blackmail, and try to execute for having proof of worldwide murder operations to kill me. Well, but Kevin, you can't control people. So you're crazy. Because you think you're going to stop a worldwide campaign to kill you by controlling them? Well, no, I don't think getting proof of a murder operation to kill me is control. Well, but Kevin, in order for you to not be controlling, you have to do our blackmail demands. You have to suck Big John's dick over there and give him a cock meat sandwich and blah, 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 and whatever, and suck his cock meat sandwich. I can't remember. That fucking movie from Harold and Kumar, Guantanamo Bay, whatever, right? Okay, so in order to not be controlling, I have to suck that guy's dick over there or whatever, right? Like, I have to lick the fucking shit out of your ass or something like that, and then I'm not controlling, right? But wait, aren't you being controlling by saying, Kevin, you have to do this or we're going to kill you with a planet of people? Okay, so this weird, freaky reverse psychology from planetary psychotic murderers all working together. Oh, this is another problem. They don't like me ordering orange dreams. So all Jamba Juices are notified worldwide to hunt me and kill me for ordering an orange dream. But guess what? Then sometimes I order strawberry wild. All Starbucks, all Jamba Juices and everywhere else are told to hunt me and kill me for ordering a strawberry wild. But I thought it was about orange dreams. Well, no, it's about their bigoted, racist hate to a 5-year-old. And remember when I say that it always starts with black people, so they a lot of times strategically put black employees in the Jamba Juices near me or the Starbuckses, and they go, oh, well, Kevin blinked wrong, so he hates black people, and he tried to kill all of us, and we have a worldwide campaign to kill him, and it's his fault, but you shouldn't tell anyone because that's controlling. Okay, right? That's not controlling. Hunting Jews since 5 years old to kill them is controlling, and it's what Adolf Hitler did. Now, I don't give a shit what your fucking skin color is. If you're going to be an Adolf Hitler and try to kill me, then that's who you are. Okay? But I'm not going to sit there and fucking watch worldwide groups try to kill me and then speak out about it, and then, of course, the police will say something like, he's trying to force cards on people. Wait a minute. There's only one thing going on in this entire equation. You have a worldwide campaign to kill me, and I'm not going to fucking sit there and die for someone, okay? They're not going to make me their Eric Christensen Jesus, right? I will speak out, and in the end, the world will know the truth, even if they do kill me and get what they want. Okay. So these worldwide murder groups are not about mental illness. They're about, I hate a 5-year-old and we're going to kill him. And the more I find out, the more they're trying to hunt me and kill me. Why? We don't know. All we know is person after person since 5 years old was sent after me to have me killed. Okay? And the originators are all my friends. Tom Farley, Brian Weaver, Paul Humphrey, Tom Hope, Mike Huntley, Bob Sandler, Steve McPike, Val Morozov, Tim Thompson. I wouldn't really call Jen Hess someone that I was really good friends with, but she seeked me out on the internet to hunt me and have me killed. Julia Sophia, thousands of others. Lynn Junkin, Minnie Shane, Spy Guy, Chad Bowers in college, Eric Christensen, Sherry Christensen, if I ever spoke to Ugg Boot Girl, I'm sure she would have worked some angle to try to eradicate my existence. Ugg Boot Girl. That was at Southern State College. Oh, professors, teachers. Jim Johnson, Professor Jim Johnson, my computer imaging professor, sculpting professor, Naughty Carey, Mr. Quigley, 11th grade English in Calabasas High, obviously Ms. Vaughn, 8th grade English, Miss Tunic, something like 10th grade or 11th grade English. I'm not sure. One of those. A lot of English teacher classes here. Oh, Mr. Baylor, auto shop and English teacher. Mr. Baylor, stalking and hunting. Mr. Baylor. Tom Farley was with Craig Diamond, was actually working with Mr. Baylor in that, whatever that was, 10th grade or whatever. To set up some frame jobs. Stefano Cho. I was never friends with Mike Cho, who was almost looked like he had Tourette's or something. I don't even fucking know. But they tried to work that frame job angle on me. Okay, so those are just a few names. Then, of course, we have, the non-friend group that I want to sort of talk to you, like stripper groups. I can go through whatever. What do you want? Mila, Lola, Daniel Derrick, Alexis Amore, Lisa Del Sierra, Venice, Aubrey Fisher's more in the I'm your friend, but I'm gonna kill you class, like I'm getting in your life. Sent after me with Roddy Morales with the LAPD and my father to execute me. Okay, so we're talking about. I'm just bringing you names of interactions of people that have always sort of tried to sort of be around me or in my life, and each one has some kind of argument to the world. Very important to the world. I'm a puppy dog. I won't leave him alone. I'm stalking him. Wait, every situation is the same. They follow me. They try to get me in their life on some kind of level, even on a superficial level, even on a follow me to my OnlyFans account or whatever. And then they say how I won't leave them alone. I'm stalking them. I'm forcing myself on them. And each and every situation, all the way down to 5 years old, is identical. I want you to love me. You didn't ask me out or something like that. I'm going to hunt you and kill you, and you rape me 1,000 times. Okay. They're all the same. And what's freaky is they don't deviate. The psychological warfare tactic never deviates. It's always the same. I'm going to meet this person, same thing. I'm going to meet that person, same thing. I can get out of my car and walk up to that random girl right there, and it'll be the same equation. I'm going to set Kevin up and frame him and cry wolf no matter what it takes since he was 5 years old. Okay, girls in off IRC on the internet trying to set me up for breaking and entering that magically drove a Jeep. Think about that one. So Kelly Hatch makes up the lies that I broke in her room and all these things, and then you have random girls at University of Colorado or on internet-related chat in Denver in the 90s trying to get me to break into black guys' houses that they don't even live in. Well, that's kind of interesting. How would you know Kelly Hatch from Southern Oregon State College or Calabasas High when you live in Denver? Okay, well, because they're government kill operations using the internet as a weapon to execute 5-year-olds. Okay, flag and kill operations. And that's what they are. Flag and kill operations. Now, all these fucking morons out here, they can't understand that. They're mad at a 5-year-old. That's their whole thing. Well, I'm going to kill Kevin Perlman when he was 5 because he farted wrong in his crib. Okay? Because Dr. Ronald Barry Perlman won't tolerate incorrect farting. Okay? And they're all helping. They're aiding and abetting an ongoing murder operation. A psychological murder operation with tactics developed by Adolf Hitler himself. Now, I come from a Jewish family. I'm Jewish by birth. My bloodline is Jewish. I am not a devout Jew, but I am Jewish. Okay? I was born Jewish, and right there, that makes me a target to reverse racists or black people that hate Jews and things like that. Okay. So, when I kiss a black girl date and Kevin's a white supremacist and every black person on the planet killed Kevin, well, what's that about? Well, you're going to have to do your own math. I already know what that's about, but you can do your own math on that one, and I'll give you the little fucking 1 plus 1 equals 2. Simple mathematics here. The common sense reasoning, because it's basically obvious why someone would not want a Jewish boy kissing a black girl, or a Jewish boy working on hot rods or building cars or anything. And the money paid out, except this money is now billions of government dollars, where it really gets spooky. I mean, the internet itself, in 94, with my brother wanting me to see the internet, to, I guess, control me into a fucking cage, that's not some parent with money. That's billions of government dollars and billions of government resources. And we have Jennifer Pilchick Perlman, who has exposed herself with my screenshots to her little political lawyer friends who lost against Debbie Wasserman Schultz. We need to deem Kevin as crazy, showing that she's in on the conspiracy to execute me since 5 years old and try to lock me in cages and make me look crazy. And cover it all up. And well, she's married to my brother, who was told to kill me at 7 years old, right? Okay, so think about that. But it starts probably, I'm guessing in 1977, presidents were involved in decisions to have me killed, okay? Which is a pretty fucking weird thought, but we do know people in Congress and Senate were involved. Okay, and the psychology community for sure. Okay, because it's about mental illness. Well, what's the mental illness? I haven't heard of any mental illness label. Sure shit ain't schizophrenia or paranoia. It might be like, well, you don't have eyebrows. You don't have eyebrow mental illness, so we have to kill you. You don't have eyebrow mental illness, so we have to kill you. Okay, so this is a good topic. A little piece of hair right here defines your entire existence. A little piece of hair, right? Does this hair up here define your entire existence? Whether you should be tortured and killed in the worst inhumane methods and just die from blood falling out of your eyes and ears when you can't take the abuse anymore because you don't have any hair on your... What about people with moles? I mean, it's a lot spookier to see a mole than like no hair on the eyebrow, right? So are you allowed to launch worldwide torture campaigns to kill someone for having a mole? Or maybe someone's born without like a finger or an arm. I've seen like people born with like mutated like whatever, they don't have an arm or something's not right, and should they be tortured and killed? When they walk out of their house, should people be like throwing rocks at them all day and night? And then the cops go, well, we're going to throw you in mental institutions because you said something about it. Okay, so on that note, what does Starbucks have to hide? What does Coffee Bean have to hide when they were contacted and paid off to have me killed, and they don't think that's wrong? Okay, your kind is not allowed to be here or anywhere else in the world, okay? Or at any coffee shop. It's not just Starbucks, it's everyone. That you're not allowed to go to any place or coffee shop in the world, and you're not allowed to go to any bars, and you're not allowed to go to car meets, and you're not allowed to have hobbies or friends or date women. And if you don't date women, you're not allowed to date women, and if you don't date women, then you hate all women. Like things like that, right? But wait, you're the one telling me that I'm not allowed to have friends, I'm not allowed to have relationships. Every time I try to meet someone, you're a dead man. Then you're filled with anger and rage for finding out there's worldwide groups trying to kill you, and you simply speak out about it. Well, last I checked, the angry mobs bashing your fucking skulls in with baseball bats or throwing mental rocks at your skull nonstop, minute by minute, for 45 years, those are the angry people. Not the guy saying, look what's going on. Okay, so control. So Tom Varley, Kevin, you can't control people, then trying to set me up. I want you to tell this girl this or that. Tell that girl she's a piece of shit. Me going, why is my friend doing this, right? Like, what's the fuck is going on? Why is Mike Huntley telling me I'm a dead man with the government employees? What the fuck's going on? Why... Or quack psychiatrist working with my mother saying that at 29 a virus creeped in my head and I developed schizophrenia. That's not how schizophrenia works. That's a cover-up to... What is it a cover-up to? Their idea of reference tactics that started 5 years old with the movie Wizards and Ralph Bakshi. and my father taking me to see that movie, then my brother saying, I want you to see horror movies, and Kevin conforms to the media, and Kevin's crazy, and my brother trying to get angry reactions, punching me in the back of the head, flicking me in the ear, telling me he wants to show me flicks. My mother's thing with my brother, how after seeing the movie Creepshow, saying that they have cockroaches all over the kitchen floor, trying to make it look like trying to get me to say something that makes it look like I conform to media, and that was right after me being too shy to talk to Christy Reynolds, and Tom Farley told to hang out with Tracy Picos. Oh, my light. Tracy Picos. And try to send me idea of reference schizophrenia messages. Now, if you watch the movie, and I'm trying to control people, but they're not. Being too shy and not talking to a girl is controlling, and I'm forcing myself and raping them. If you don't talk to a girl and you don't ask them out, you're forcing yourself on them and you're raping them, and you need to be hunted, tortured, and killed. But following people around with schizophrenia messages for not asking out a girl, you didn't ask out a girl, we're going to beat the living shit out of you, and the girl runs around and he raped me. Okay, so I'm getting weird comments now about forcing... Wait, what were they? They were... Oh, the analogies. Okay, so I was getting at this. I completely got sidetracked. Okay, so I go and I buy a Corvette a year ago. And I get back into cars because I need something to do in between these worldwide murder operations. And someone's really mad. Kevin, once again, is trying to go out and live his life. How dare he? So John Elway Chevrolet is paid off to destroy the car, hinting about Damon Riggins and football, things that don't make any fucking sense. Who, I explained in the last video, comes back into the equation after coming back from college. Kevin needs to die with Mike Huntley. I ruined Damon Riggins' life. Wasn't even friends with him. But I got a Trans Am, and he had a slower Camaro, so I need to be hunted and killed. And every person with a Camaro at car meetups is told to hunt me and kill me and all these weird freaky, and then it switches to VWs, and it switches to El Caminos, and then it switches to this, and what's going on? None of this makes any sense. Oh, guy with a yellow Corvette following me around with groups of yellow Corvettes and yellow cars. Oh, here, I see a yellow Corvette in Denver right before they destroy my Corvette. My mother calls me on the phone asking interrogating Spanish Inquisition questions. So what do you think about yellow Corvettes? I go, well, there's a lot of cool looking yellow cars, but I really don't think the Corvette looks that good in yellow. World, Kevin is a bigot and a racist and hates people with yellow cars. Oh, and she said something on the phone like, so all yellow cars are? Okay, now, why is my mother, who technically really doesn't know me since 18, if you think about it, and I was a really good person then too, saying things on the phone to sort of throw rocks in my path? Does that make sense? Yeah, yellow, I really don't think Corvettes look that good in yellow, but there's other, good-looking yellow cars. So you have a problem with all yellow cars, huh? World, Kevin's a racist and he's crazy and he's judgmental and he hates people with yellow cars. Okay, in come the people with yellow cars following me to car meetups for the last year. Not like a one-time thing. Last year, just worldwide, these displays, that location, that. You better not come here. You better not go there because you have a problem with yellow cars. Yellow cars. What if I did have a problem with yellow cars? Who the fuck would care? Okay. But the twists, out of context twists on statements, going into the worldwide propaganda kill systems. Okay, so I'm sort of coming back to the control. Okay, so they're told to destroy all my cars, and we saw what happened with this eclipse here. People were throwing bottles and keying it, and got to the point where I had to take it and get repaired, right? Well, JoJo's really wanted the job after realizing that I wasn't going to be quiet about their murder operations and all the people, and linking to Armenian psychiatrist of Los Angeles County Department of Health, LAC, DMH, criminal Dr. Pante Farhadi, which saw videos of all the things being done to me, especially the physical attacks, and would not admit to them. Would not admit to a guy walking up and hitting me or pushing me or this and that, pretending that it didn't happen. And then saying, well, you suffer from mental illness. So wait, I walk into Dr. Farhadi's office, the first millisecond of walking in, you suffer from mental illness. Well, wait a minute. If I call up a psychiatrist on the phone, even if they're in LACDMH, even if they've been given criminal records or fabricated criminal records, I walk in to a psychiatrist's office, just like Susan Donner, who had a label for me before ever walking in the door. Let me rephrase that. Let me restate that. Had a packaged label for me before ever walking in the door. How's that possible? The police have arrest labels for me before ever committing a crime. Okay? They've already said I was a drug dealer at 5 years old and kept sending wannabe drug dealers after me. They already have the label. Why? Before anything even happens. Okay, so why, since 5 years old, does the psychologist, I can make a phone call right now to the first random psychiatrist in like fucking Zimbabwe or fucking Ireland or Tennessee, whatever. I could fucking make the first phone call right now. You suffer from this, and that. Okay, but wait. How can you say I suffer from this and that? We haven't actually had a dialogue yet. Okay, so Dr. Farhadi, how much was she paid to kill this Jew? Do you see what I'm saying? How much blood money did Dr. Farhadi take to have me executed and still working on me with these worldwide groups? And just to let you know that JoJo's is Armenian. And a lot of these people that go up to the car meets that have been following me are Armenian, and they're fucking Jew-killing pieces of shit. They're working with Tom Farley in the original Armenian Persian groups with Tom Farley linking to my brother when I was 16 to have me killed or executed, or his little wannabe training day frame job things where he goes out on all his road rage shit and says it's me. Okay? And the only thing I did at 16 is to teach myself how to build cars and be completely positive and creative and friendly. But my brother's running around with my friends, Brian Weaver, that's right. We're going to take Kevin to Kevin's Burgers, say Kevin's a schizophrenic, and then we're going to take it to the whole next level where my brother makes his combustion burgers, and then they hint that women are like hamburgers, and I'm trying to blow up women. Okay, things that I was never even picking up on, because why would you? So, because I turned 16 and taught myself how to build car engines, I'm somehow trying to blow up women in anger, and I'm a schizo going to Kevin's Burgers that my friends all took me to, and obviously the reason they probably started going there was to try to make Kevin look crazy to exterminate him, correct? The same things that are happening at 49, 30 years later at Bob's Big Boy Northridge, Bob's Big Boy Burbank, car meetups in like, I can't even fucking remember, like towards Azusa and shit, car meetups in Chatsworth, car meetups in Malibu, everywhere. Wait, I'm just trying to do something. I'm just trying to do something with my life. Why are you so mad at me? Well, you know what you did. And that's the only thing they can say. Well, you know what you did. Specifically, what's this about? Well, you know, there's some shady people out there. No, specifically, what's this about? Well, you talked to a stripper? No, specifically, what's this about? There's a worldwide... I don't want to hear, well, you went to strip club, so there's a worldwide campaign to kill you, because that doesn't make sense. I don't want to hear, well, I think you suffer from OCD and you're looking for a girl, or that's not even a crime. That doesn't even fit the crime category, okay? I want to know, on a specific, thought-out argument, all the way down to 5-year-old, what is going on with fact, logic, common sense, details, not vague things. Okay, my mother at 29, your past caught up with you. What past? What are you talking about? I never said that. My father, you know what you did. What did I do? Well, people lie, so they're not told. So you don't have an argument. You're a criminal. Well, I'm a criminal. What did I do? I can't tell you. You're controlling. Controlling. What did I do? I can't tell you. Kevin, you can't control people. Control people. What are you talking about? I can't answer the question. You're passing out cards, so therefore you're trying to force cards on people. Huh? You have worldwide fucking murder operation to kill me, and I'm just gonna sit there and fucking die for you? It's about being a puppy dog. Because when you're 8 years old, you walked down to the horse trail and met your brother coming back from middle school. Okay, so one time I went down to the horse trail and met my brother coming back from middle school. And so that 8-year-old imperfection fart defines my entire life, where worldwide groups can throw rocks at my head minute by minute, and nothing applies to anything else in life. If I see a girl in a bar right now and say, hey, you're cute, you want to go home with me? Nope, because that passed, because I screwed up at 8 years old by farting wrong, right? Well, wait, but how does this girl right now know about when I was 5 years old 40 years ago, unless something highly illegal is going on that is unheard of? Okay? Is unfucking heard of, and that's a method of extermination or eradication out of hate rage from a father that hates his 5-year-old. Okay, so the cars. I kind of want to try to stick to cars because that's at my current state, which is then going to shift to my next hobby, right? Okay, and my father's anger, well, you had fun. Now, I've had multiple calls from my conversations from my mother and stepfather recently with vague things. One is about rules. Well, Kevin, there are rules, and that's linked to a movie that just came out. Well, Kevin, there are rules. So once again, the schizo movie thing. Well, yeah, sure, there are rules in life, but life's not a board game. So what rule are you talking about? Oh, well, I'm just saying there's rules to life. Okay, well, what rule? Like your kind's not allowed to drink coffee rule? Well, that's not a rule. That's a discriminating crime. Okay, that's you better do what I say because I don't like you. I know there's laws, but rules, sure, there's rules. There are rules. I'm not saying there aren't rules, but what I'm saying is that when people are talking with these weird fragmented angular conversations, just like my father at 16 saying I got a job for you at Star Auto House Mercedes with Gabby Angle, and the guy's throwing wrenches at my fucking skull and saying fuck you to me, and then they're loosening the lug nuts on wheels saying take this Mercedes back home to Chuck Norris, it's his Mercedes, take it to his house, well, loosen the lug nuts. Did I violate the smile rule? Like, you smiled when you walked in and was warm and friendly and said, how are you this morning? Did I break those rules? So the Jews not allowed to breathe rule, I violated the Jews not allowed to breathe rule by breathing. I mean, these vague. So then they switched to fun. So then I'm sort of buying a 3D printer or whatever. Well, you're going to be 3D printing, you're going to have fun, right? And then it sort of gets mimicked, and it's the echo chamber of insanity. But building cars is fun, right? And 3D printing is fun. Well, I mean, yeah, part of it is, but it's also productive, and you also do things, and it's also leads somewhere to life, and it also brings you to social groups and maybe making money, or is it just fun? And like Ron Perlman says, fun is a bad word, and people that have fun need to die and be tortured and killed with the psychology community and unheard of methods. Right? You see what I'm saying? So these weird trigger mechanisms or seed planting, that's a better way of saying it, right? Seed planting about fun. Okay, and that whole fun thing starts from my sick, demented father mad at me for associating with strippers, but it kept jumping from thing to thing. It's about strippers, it's about coffee shops, it's about building cars, it's about hanging out with your friends on weekends in high school or whatever. It's about everything. It's not about one thing. It's about, it doesn't matter what you do. They're just going to sort of make you think that you don't have the right to live or breathe. All right? It's your fault. It's your fault. We're hunting you to kill you. It's your fault. We're going to kill you since 5. It's your fault. We're hunting you to kill you. But wait, isn't murder wrong? I thought you don't have the right to hunt me and kill me. Well, just ignore it. Wait, you're hunting me to kill me and just ignore it? You're hunting me to execute me or eradicate me, but just ignore it? Yeah, because you're too sensitive. Oh, yeah, okay, sure, whatever. Right? So next time someone's clubbing you in the back of the head with a fucking baseball bat, I'll be like, you're too sensitive. Just, hold your blood in. Don't try to control people. Hold the blood in your skull. Okay, so, right? I mean, so they're using these weird half-truths and terminologies that don't make sense. And then, of course, Dr. Ronald Barry Perlman, you think differently. Well, yeah, I do think differently than psychotic murderers trying to kill me. Okay. Okay, so the car meets. Okay, so they're destroying all my cars intentionally. I have video proof and black guys ramming my car, trying to make it look like maybe he was drunk or this. I'm in the car after parking, the black guy's ramming it. Right after I get this car back from JoJo's, I have all the auto shops working together. We're not going to fix any of your cars. Wait, so you're destroying my cars because you're not going to fix any of my cars. I don't know any of these people in the industry. They play this game like we're not gonna help you because you have proof of worldwide murder groups trying to kill you. Oh, we don't know what's going on. We think you're harassing people. Yeah, bullshit. I have video across the entire United States of America from random stranger after random stranger throwing rocks at my fucking head, and I instantly turned 29 and I watched it before ever getting any proof of anything. And all these people that I get on video here minute by minute, whether I go driving or I walk into a store trying to kill me, they're going to say that I'm doing something to them. Well, you're trying to control us because we're trying to kill you and you're still breathing. Wait, you're trying to kill me. You have worldwide groups trying to kill me since 5 years old, exponentially growing. I make it to 29. There's worldwide groups trying to kill me. I have proof of it. Do you think it matters if I have proof of these worldwide groups hunting me to kill me or not? It doesn't. They're going to hunt me and kill me no matter what, whether I have proof or not. Same with everyone in the auto industry as it was going on when I was 16. And Brian Weaver was paid off to have me killed and working on me with Shane Weeks and everyone else. Okay. So, we're destroying your cars. We won't fix your cars. In comes the conversations. Well, can you control these people? Well, Arnold, you can't control people. How am I going to control them? What am I going to do? I'm going to put shock collars on their neck and zap them when they're on their coffee break and not working on my car or whatever. How am I going to control them? You can't. It's impossible. Then it switches. Kevin, these people aren't your friends. Okay, you're going to the car people. You're being really friendly. You're being professional but friendly, like you're supposed to be. Okay, like when you're sitting in an office. And you might not like your coworkers, but you're not gonna fucking throw rocks at their head every minute or at all. You're gonna keep it professional, right? You're not getting involved in the personal. It's just all professional. You don't need to have an opinion when you're in the workplace. You don't need to have an opinion whether I like you or don't like you. You just have an opinion. I'm here to make money. Okay. Well, Kevin, these aren't your friends. So it goes from controlling to now you think they're your friends. Okay, by having a warm, emotional personality, being friendly, working with people, now you think you're a puppy dog and you think they're friends. So wait, before I'm controlling and trying to force them to do this or that, now I think I'm the friend. Okay, now the point I'm making here is when these insane, delusional judgments are made, based on every interaction of my life with the Spanish Inquisition here, it then goes worldwide. So my actions, the judgments aren't based. If I say, hey, this mechanic, can you change my oil? His judgments aren't between him and me. His judgments are between him and the government of the United States of America and psychology community. Well, that's libel, slander, and defamation. Okay? Because I walked into that mechanic being as nice as can be. Oh, well, you're too nice. You're a puppy dog, and you think he is his friend. I didn't say anything about friends. I didn't say anything about hanging out with you every night and drinking beers. And I simply walked in and said, can you change my oil? Oh, well, you need to die, and I'm going to set you up and frame you and execute you because of this, that, and the other thing. I don't know you. I don't fucking know you. Oh, then come the outward manipulations. Well, you need to control these people. What the fuck are you saying? And that's after Tom Varley saying that 20 years ago that I'm trying to control people. And then, of course, you prove them wrong, and it goes the other way, right? Then it goes to the other side of the spectrum. Now you're friendly and trying to become their friends. Okay? So when you're walking in and you're trying to network and be professional, and like example, when I went to JoJo's, it was about renting this car on Turo and fixing it, but guess what? None of that can happen because they're sabotaging it. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? Example, Minar knew from our original conversation that I wanted to fix this car up, and when I get my Corvette back, possibly rent this car on Turo to make money. And they're all stalling, and they hold the car hostage for 7 months, and they're doing the body panel rig, and they're having people follow me to car meets, throwing rocks at my fucking head every single time, mass groups, and refusing to finish the car, telling everyone not to fix the car. Well, if they can't fix the car, then how am I going to rent the car out, right? Oh, well, Kevin lied to us, and Kevin's giving us his speech about this and that, blah, blah, blah. No. The only thing that's happening is I'm walking into a group of strangers. We're going to destroy you. We're going to destroy your vehicles. Actually, we're going to destroy your vehicles before you walk in. We're going to wait till you come to us. We're not going to fucking do it right, or we're not going to finish it. Then we're going to push you. This is very important. We're going to push you to the point where you start making phone calls in a friendly way. What's going on, guys? I mean, it's taking forever. Then come the fucking lies. Well, you know, it has fiberglass panels, so a car with fiberglass panels generally takes 5 years to do. What are you talking about, dude? It's like, I can bring this fucking car to the boat shop there, he'll patch it in fucking 10 minutes. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Corvettes are made of fiberglass. They have been for 30, 40 years, 50 years. Okay? People do fiberglass car shit all day and night. And the irony is you get the same bullshit cover-up speech from the mass conspiracy in all the places because they're trying to push you to your limit to say Kevin's crazy. Okay, but why? Well, because Kevin suffers from mental illness at 5 years old. Well, what does JoJo's Auto or Star Auto House Mercedes or R&J Customs or Fred Flintstone and Wilma's fucking oil change shop give a flying fuck whether I suffer from mental illness, whether I don't, whether I have a fucking super 3 penis, whether I have fucking eyebrows, no eyebrows, whether I have too much hair on my arm, whether I'm Jewish. What do they care? It's like I told Minar before finally getting my fucking car out of that hack shop of shitheads, fucking Jew-killing shitheads. Why are you focused 100% on me and not my fucking car? Right? At no point were they ever focused on my car. They were focused on me and the dirt they could try to get to use against me to execute me. Well, because Kevin's on a mental illness watch list, right? So Kevin needs to die. Well, what do you care? And why aren't you questioning the fucking watch lists of unheard of fucking government kill things that don't make any fucking sense? Why am I on a watch list? Isn't there a counter argument to this government kill watch list? Well, I didn't ask this girl. I didn't ask Christy Reynolds out in 8th grade, so I'm on a government watch list, mental illness watch list where I need to be killed. And I'm a terrorist for not asking out Christy Reynolds because it ruined her life and she can't go on with her life, and supposedly she suffers from post-traumatic stress syndrome because I didn't ask her out. So I need to be karma to death since 5 years old with rocks being thrown at my head, but it's about mental illness. Go get help. Go get therapy. Yeah, okay, right. Whatever. It's about hate, rage, and anger. I'm going to kill my 5-year-old son, Kevin Perlman, because he isn't what I want him to fucking be. And I have a worldwide campaign to do it. The only mind-boggling thing is how Dr. Ronald Barry Perlman and my family managed to spend 49 years to launch a worldwide murder operation to have me killed. And somehow got everyone helping. No matter how nice I am, no matter how professional, how driven, how original, how creative, they do not care. I could walk up to that fucking stranger there, walking on the sidewalk, go, "Hi, how are you today?" And he would say, indirectly, he would say, aside from the, "Hey man, no worries, what's going on, bro?" Or those weird, the repetitious things, man from each person, no worries. And by the way, no worries starts from Starbucks here on Victory and Canoga in racial. We're working with Tom Farley to kill Kevin, and try to say that things that Tom Farley did was me. So they have black people following me from place to place, egg mobbing me, and then Kevin needs to die for what he did, which is, there's nothing I did but kiss a black girl. Okay, so what's it about? Well, we don't have an actual answer what it's about. We're just going to kill you since 5 years old. But we're going to try to make you think that you did what Tom Farley did, or you did what Jason did, or you did what... Okay, well, that's a mental illness campaign. That's to try to make someone look like a schizophrenic. But why? Okay, well, we don't know. But we know at 5 years old, Dr. Ronald Barry Perlman said, "I'm going to kill my 5 years old with these mental illness tactics." And then he might say, "Well, it's about control." Yeah, right. My father, you saying that my father put a fucking shock collar on his Rhodesian Ridgeback because it was about control? Or it was about his hate for his fucking dog? You see what I'm saying? Okay. It was for about control as much as slave owners whip slaves. Now that's interesting, because the black people are mad at me for kissing a black girl, so they want to whip me to death. Okay, does that make any sense? Okay, now remember, everything starts with black people, and it spiders out. Well, Kevin kissed the black girl, therefore Kevin's a white supremacist. So every black person hunt and kill Kevin for kissing a black girl. But now every Asian group hunt and kill Kevin. You see what I'm saying? Now every Asian group... Oh, shit. Every Asian group hunt and kill Kevin because he talked to an Asian girl, or maybe he didn't. Maybe he just looked at her and smiled, because that was one of them years ago. Oh, well, I think it's an evil smile. Kevin smiled at someone, I think it's an evil smile. Oh, wait, so now smiling at people is a crime. So I'm also not allowed to smile at people. Am I allowed to yawn? Oh, there's one, I forgot all about this one. It's cold out. It's cold out. And I'm like this, it's cold out. Oh, Kevin's threatening me. Well, maybe it's cold out. I'm in a coffee shop. I crack my knuckles. Oh, well, Kevin's threatening us. Let's crack my knuckles. What the fuck's wrong with you? Oh, but who do you tell? Because you have a worldwide group just crying wolf over and over. Oh, well, now Kevin threatened someone because he cracked his knuckles. So that goes worldwide if you see Kevin crack your knuckles. Okay, but why is this happening? You know what you did. All I know is I turned 5 years old. My father said, "I'm going to kill Kevin with every person on the planet." So then you talk to your family. They won't answer the question. They get angry. And the more questions you ask, whether it's your family or anyone else, larger and larger groups try to kill you for asking questions. Okay, well, you see some similarities there to Adolf Hitler? You better not fucking read books. You better not think for yourself. You better not ask questions. We have a worldwide campaign, minute by minute, trying to kill you. You better not tell anyone verbally what's going on. You better not pass out cards. You better not do video blogs like I'm doing now. Every single thing is a crime, and the more the things involve these people who are trying to kill me are lying and they won't stop. It involves in larger worldwide murder attacks. Doesn't matter if it's a car meetup, if it's this. Now, if you want to test the waters, maybe I'll go somewhere and I won't say anything. I won't say anything and I won't pass out cards. Well, guess what happens? It's the same equation. We're going to keep throwing rocks at your head until you have to defend yourself. What were my father's words and Mike Huntley's as well? Kevin, you're not allowed to defend yourself. Now, he left out the "I'm going to hunt you and kill you." You're not allowed to defend yourself, but I think you can imply from the worldwide murder attack since 5 years old that that's what he's going to do, and it has been doing. since I was 5, and that's 45, almost 45, 46 years. Okay, 45, 46 years. I'm going to kill my 5-year-old with every person on the planet. Now, like I said before, the mind-boggling part, as I'm pulling in this parking lot here, looking at groups of cars backwards, like pairs of twos backwards and things like that, or the other tactics, how does my family have the ability to launch worldwide murder attacks from strangers going to kill my 5-year-old? I mean, it's about mental illness. It's not about mental illness. So this is a cure to mental illness. Here you go. Is the cure to mental illness just fucking wiping off imperfection off the planet Earth? Right? Well, you suffer from mental illness, therefore you shouldn't exist on Earth because you're the inferior race. Okay, now so when we have these black groups and Asian groups and Armenian groups and Persian groups and gay groups hunting me to have me killed, and they're talking about mental illness, or are they really saying that you're not perfect, so we're going to kill you since 5 years old with my father? Yeah, pretty much. Okay, but why? Like, why are they doing it? I mean, like I said, I'm 49. I'm going to walk into this coffee shop right here. I'm going to have about 6 harassments because it's not super crowded. And they'll be verbal, and they'll be cryptic, and probably we're going to hear no worries. I'll explain the camera. We're going to hear no worries. We're probably going to hear, we might hear a boss. When I leave, they're going to say, have a good one. All sort of systematic. Does that make sense? Systematic. To try to trigger me in anger, and then go, Kevin's a racist, and Kevin's this, and Kevin's that, because he kissed a black girl. Well, if I kissed a black girl, then I'm not racist. Well, you kissed too many black girls. Well, I've only kissed one black girl at 5 years old. Well, you did photo shoots with too many black girls. Well, I did several black girls, I did several Latin girls, and I did several Asian girls, and I think Indian too, and so why are you saying I only did just like the yellow Corvettes for my mother with the yellow Corvettes? The all or none, I'm trying to make you look this way. So why you, but here's about it. Why are you going to my website? There's, let's say, 20 photo shoots of all different descent, races, and cultures, and then you say you only do photo shoots with black women, and you suffer from mental illness. But you're looking at the website, and there's everything. Well, now you can't make a choice. Your mind spins. Wait a minute. Make up your fucking mind here. Like, which when you're hunting me to kill me, which justification are you trying to use here? Because last I checked, you're not allowed to hunt me and kill me for any reason. But which justification are you in your thought process? I hate Kevin. I'm going to kill him. I need a cover-up argument that isn't going to work in a court of law anyways. Does that make sense? Like, well, I had to kill Kevin because I think he has OCD and he took too many photo shoots with black girls. But here's a website with women of all races and cultures. Oh, but they're all women. So now you're trying to date women. Okay, wait, this is getting absurd, right? See what I'm saying? And the things I'm saying are actual. I'm not just making shit. These are all actual switching and changing arguments that go worldwide. So what the overall message is, we're going to hunt you and kill you no matter what. No matter how perfect you are, you don't have a right to exist. Okay, that's the argument. Okay, since 5 years old. So now we're coming back to why is there a worldwide campaign to kill me since 5 years old? We don't know. I've heard all sorts of things like chase or be chased and chase women and chase cars. And oh, my family can't stop using cars and as women analogies. Like they're obsessed with cars and women. And look, I'm trying to fucking go out and buy a fucking whatever, an AC Cobra or a Camaro. And I just want to go buy a 350 Chevy and drop it in. Well, you know, but it just turns into this crazy, insane fucking thing with worldwide support. But wait, I didn't buy a car from the world. I bought a car from one guy on OfferUp. How's it worldwide? See what I'm saying? We're not going to talk about those things. The most important parts of the argument, we're going to pretend. Just like your website, your photography website doesn't exist. Oh, I didn't know that you had Kevin Perlman Photography. I didn't know you're on these websites, and some of them trying to cover it up, like Model Mayhem with Aubrey Fisher. Or what was the other, there's several others, I can't remember. I didn't know you had a photography website. I thought you were just trying to harass people with your camera. Oh, come on. If I can hop in my car here and drive, if I can hop in a plane and fucking get off at Wisconsin, and the first person that sees me, I say, do you remember Melody the stripper when I was 16? And they go, yeah. Or they get scared because they fucking know. Then they know that I have a fucking KevinPerlmanPhotography.com, and that includes the police. But we're going to ignore that, and we're going to focus on trying to get dirt and ignore the truth. Why? Because it's an extermination agenda. I hate your guts, you need to die. Okay, so why? Right? Why? What's the reason? Why? Okay. Well, don't you think that I deserve to know why? And it's not about mental illness. There's a worldwide campaign to kill me. Oh, this place is closing? I can't read the sign. What time? Okay, so that's kind of the overall... When analyze, I don't like to say the word analyze people, but when you're sizing up these situations, these interactions, all you have to do is look at their behavior, and it's easy to analyze. Does that make sense? It's like with common sense, facts, and logic. Okay, you don't need to be a fucking super agent or anything. Like, you just look at the way they behave. Look at their behavior. They can't be honest. It's that simple. They keep avoiding the facts. They avoid them intentionally. You can see that. Here, I'm going to hold up a website to you. This is Kevin Perlman Photography. Do you see any black? Do you see more than just black people on it? Black models on it? And their eyes might look to the ground. And I'm not going to look at your website. Oh, here's an older one. Well, I don't want to look at your website because, something could do something to my computer. Okay, give me a fucking break. You're not going to look at the proof that there's a worldwide operation to kill me saying I did this or that. Here's a simple photography website with photo shoots. But your excuse is, I'm afraid of your website. It might jump out and kill me. So I'm not going to look at the proof. Instead, I'm going to hunt you down and kill you with everyone on the planet. Well, I think it's going to take a lot less energy to just look at the proof, right? Okay, so what does that tell you? It tells you the person's lying and he's trying to kill you for some other reason. Okay, but what's the reason? Well, the latest one, you went to a lot of strip clubs and so I think you're seeking someone out. Well, that's not true, especially with 4 people told to take me to strip clubs, one in each state. But what if I was? So what? Hey, Kevin's on a quest to find someone from his past. There's no crime there. Well, you're a puppy dog, so we got to kill you with worldwide support. There's no crime there, and nobody's going to care. And if anything, a couple people might laugh, and the girl herself might be, impressed. Right? Okay, there's no fucking crime there. That's not going to launch a worldwide murder operation. Oh, Dennis Witches, you're harassing women. You're You're terrorizing women. Terrorizing, because I didn't ask Christy Reynolds out, so I'm terrorizing her. Because I'm at a strip club watching a girl swing around a pole and giving her a few bucks. Or maybe getting a lap dance, that's ruining her life. It's terrorizing her. Well, you've been there more than once, because now we're back on the more than one. The singular and plural argument that doesn't make any sense. Well, singular is legal and plural is illegal. So you're only allowed to own one car, or we need to hunt you and kill you with worldwide support. You're only allowed to talk to one girl, or there's worldwide... Huh? Right? You can't keep things in context or perspective? If you've talked to more than one woman this year, there's a worldwide campaign to kill you? Because you've committed the non-singular crime? You committed the plural crime? Then you have your father. Kevin, you think differently. You don't know how the world works. I think I fucking do, and I think what I'm seeing is unfucking heard of. Now you believe in conspiracy theories. Now you have all the weirdos going around. Kevin, I'm part of the Illuminati. We've been watching you. Kevin's crazy. He thinks the Illuminati is watching us. Okay, so you're going to say if 500 people, example, if this month 1,000 people approach me, one in each state and every city, with little mind games about Illuminati, then I'm crazy and I think I believe in the Illuminati. Or maybe my statements that people are following me around, trying to make me look schizo and talking about Illuminati doesn't generally happen and something freaky is going on. No, you're not allowed to say those things. Now you're crazy. But it's on video. Because you've pushed me to that point. Well, I'm not going to watch your video. Now you're getting crime porn on people. What? Right? So you're not allowed to defend yourself. So it doesn't matter. The argument changes on a minute by minute thing. We're going to kill you. And you're not allowed to say anything or more people are going to hunt you and kill you. And that's unheard of. And that has nothing to do with the way the world works. Now my mother has this lame argument. It doesn't make any sense. The more you speak out about things that are done to you, the more people come after you. So you shouldn't be a victim. Okay, so all those women that were raped, they shouldn't say anything, and people that, banks that were robbed, and people come to stores robbing them and shooting people, they shouldn't say anything because people are going to throw rocks at their head if they go to the police and say something, and more importantly, the police are going to throw rocks at their heads too, right? Well, why do the police exist? Well, I don't know, but I think differently, right? So, the police don't exist to do police work, and car shops don't exist to fix cars, and there's no such thing as hobbies, and people who have fun commit the fun crime, and there are rules which are just made up on the fly that, or emphasized with weird things about games maybe, because one of their tactics is, well, Kevin used to play a lot of pool, therefore he plays games with people's lives. Well, why can't I play pool? Okay, I've met a lot of chess players. I've met a lot of pool players. I've met a lot of backgammon players. I've met a lot of jocks. I have not met one. I've not met one in 49 years that's being hunted. Saying because you played football or because you played pool or because you play chess, you play games with people's lives as a worldwide campaign to kill you. And it doesn't matter what you say. There's no questions asked. We're going to kill you. And you're going to find out. And you say, what's going on? You're not allowed to say anything. We're going to kill you with a worldwide campaign. And hint about games over and over. Okay, and you're going to say, but nothing's been said. You're just killing me since 5-year-old making up the next excuse, right? Okay, so I'm going to rest my lungs a little here and go in. Now, this coffee shop looks like they just closed when I got here. And they put a sign on the door. I gotta figure out what time it is though, because I thought they closed around 8. It's 7. Let's just go see. And I'm gonna stop this. Okay, so they just put a sign up. It's probably not true. This is the location where black people were following around, harassing me for buying a coffee and sitting down. Then followed me home on my bicycle and egg mobbed me, working with Tom Farley, trying to silence me about all the things that he is doing and saying were me. Does that make sense? And if I look around, obviously my DVR is recording, but this is a different camera. Just in front of me, I see 2 gray cars together backwards. Together in pairs of 2s. And what else? Let me fix this light here. And I don't even know if you can see me. And there's a lot more, but in this lot of about 1,000 cars, probably more like 4,000. The entire lot is spread with cryptic things directed at me, especially with the Jamba Juice back there, where it actually starts before that on this racism and bigotry directed at me. So when you're seeing black people follow me around going, he hates black people, everyone get together and kill him, that's a common reverse racist tactic, okay? Hey everyone, Kevin hates black people, hunt and kill Kevin. Every black person hunt and kill Kevin. Well, what did I do to a black person? Oh, we don't have that argument. We don't have anything specific. They're like everything else. They're vague generalizations. Kevin's a criminal. Why is Kevin a criminal? He didn't do anything. Kevin's trying to control people. What did Kevin do? Kevin didn't do anything. Kevin thinks differently. Well, why does Kevin think differently? Well, I don't have an argument. Kevin is Kevin's crazy. That's a big one, right? Kevin suffers from mental illness and is crazy. Or actually, it probably starts with just crazy first. Kevin's crazy. You know how many people I've heard in 49 years say someone's crazy? Okay, and how much weight do you even put on that statement? Like, hey, everyone, that person's crazy. Okay? I mean, why are they crazy? That doesn't mean anything to me, right? It doesn't mean, hey, if I walk up to you and say that person's crazy, what does that mean to you? Doesn't mean anything, right? You're like, okay, whatever. Okay, whatever. I gotta go to the gym now and work out, whatever. You know, I don't. Oh, gym. I'm not allowed to go to the gym because I went to the gym. Well, I went to the gym on and off my entire life, and my family's really mad at me for lifting weights at 14 to 16 or something, and that really angered them. So I lifted weights and I jogged, and one of the things I sort of exposed on the internet was Nikki Sixx moving 2 houses down from me, and I would go out and run and jog and lift weights, and then Brandy Brandt starts jogging. Okay, well, you're not really thinking about it because everyone fucking jogs, right? Or at least did back then. Oh, well, Kevin's a puppy dog and he's stalking Brandy Brandt. And then we have the Nikki Sixx. Nikki Sixx wasn't really mean or anything, but I think there were some things. He was joking around with, like, my brother had the license plate frame. I swerve and hit people at random. So Nikki Sixx saw me under my car, working on my car, and he swerved at me. I wasn't really making the connection. You want to know why? I wasn't making the connection? Because it's not my fucking license plate frame. It's Jason's. Okay? Well, now Kevin's schizo. We got to cover it up. So Kevin's schizo. Okay. So Jason Perlman. Everyone knows Jason Perlman puts a license plate frame. I swerve and hit people at random. It's Kevin. World, it's Kevin. Wait. Okay. That's kind of strange, right? Now, I'm going to say that that's really weird that my brother put that license plate frame on there. Now, knowing what's going on, I understand what's going on. But even... nobody's hunting Jason over it, okay? You see what I'm saying? First of all, let's analyze that scenario here, like everything else. Nobody's coming after Jason for his license plate frames. I swerve and hit people at random. They're coming after Kevin. Why? Just like everything else. Nobody's coming after Brian Weaver for all his things. They're coming after Kevin. Why? Nobody's coming after Shane Weeks for all his shit. They're coming after Kevin. Why? Nobody's coming after my dad for all his shit or whatever. They're coming after Kevin. Why? Nobody's coming after Greg Wolf, whatever. I can't really think of too much. There's a few small things with Greg Wolf. They're coming after Kevin. Why? We don't know. But it's a little strange, right? And then the things that are based on me, like you kissed a black girl, you're a racist. Okay? So... oh, Tom Farley. Nobody's going after Tom Farley for all this shit. They're coming after Kevin. Why? Kevin's schizo. Wait a minute. Isn't that kind of like a little... you see the package? Well, Kevin's schizo because we're pinning all his shit on... everyone's pinning their shit on Kevin with a worldwide propaganda channel that has to take billions of dollars, of government dollars. Correct? Everyone's pinning their shit on me. Well, now I'm an evil guy for wrestling, joining the wrestling team as a kid, right? I mean, right? You're just going to wonder, like, what the fuck's going on? Okay. Okay, so nobody's worried about Kevin. Wait, sorry, I'm sort of trying to drive it. Nobody's concerned about everyone else's things. They're pinning it on Kevin with billions and billions of government dollars to get this information out to the world. Nobody on the planet can see through this. I mean, they're all just like mindless, stupid, moronic, idiot zombies. Well, that's kind of strange, right? Not one person can understand that things aren't done this way. That the only reason they would be done this way is if someone's trying to kill someone, correct? Okay? Don't we have judicial system that's supposed to be based on trials and guilty until proven, or innocent until proven guilty, not I don't trust you, so I have billions of government dollars to kill you at 5. Okay? Everyone knows this. It's all common sense. But they can't understand what's going on in this scenario here. They can't figure out what a 10-year-old could fucking figure out. You see what I'm saying? Alright. So here I am driving in the rain, and because I'm driving in the rain, they probably have a whole crazy argument. Well, he's in the rain, so therefore, see, I told you so, and you just be like, these people are just fucking won't stop, right? They're not nuts. They just won't stop with their hate, rage, and obsession against me since I was 5. And half these people are like 18 years old. So if you want to think about that, if I'm 49 years old and here's an 18-year-old trying to kill me with everyone he knows, think about that one as well. Okay? Or the 90-year-olds. The 90-year-olds, I'm going to kill Kevin with every person I know. Well, they're not doing it because Kevin suffers from mental illness. They're doing it out of hate. Okay? And they're going to keep adding to their lies and adding to their lies and trying to solidify their lies until I get what they want and I'm dead and gone. Okay? Since 5 years old. But once again, we're going to come back to that circular paradox. It doesn't make any sense. Why, as an example, I'm driving by the park here where you're also not allowed to sit on benches at parks, and no relaxing for you, nigger, and we're going to come out and kill you with our KKK Nazi tactics. And, no worries, man. Here's 2 white cars, here's 2 white cars, here's 2 white cars, here's 2 white cars, here's 2 gray, Jeep Cherokees, here's 2 gray Jeep Cherokees, here's 2 gray Jeep Cherokees, here's 2 gray Jeep Cherokees, here's 5 black Teslas, here's 10 blue Civics. Nothing's going on. I don't see anything. Hey, I could drive in front of the police station right now at the Bank Division and every other one, and you're going to see the same thing. Okay, you're going to see groups of white cars together. You're going to see probably groups of pickups together, probably even the same color. Probably Teslas together. Probably, here's 2 whites together right there. If they know I'm coming, they'll all come out of their house and wait in their car with the lights on. And you don't tell anyone because we're part of this super secret Illuminati, blah, 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 and we're going to help you, and if you tell anyone, we're going to kill you. And I'm going to say I'm not part of your little secret psycho group, correct? Like, everything that all these people are doing has nothing to do with me. There's 2 whites over here. I know you can't see it. It's on the other camera, but you can't see it. No relaxing for you, nigger. Okay, so do the math. Do the math here. You kiss a black girl at 8. No relaxing for you, nigger. We're going to hunt you and kill you with every black group on the planet. Reverse racist. And then it's going to go outwards to Asian groups and Armenian groups and family members and my mother babbling weird shit like I want you to have a normal life, and it's like, well, if you want me to have a normal life, then speak out, right? Because what you're doing or they're doing has nothing to do with a normal life. It's impeding on a normal life. So they're not sane, right? They're not sane and they're not rational. They don't understand that torturing and killing and trying to control is wrong, but even worse, they're trying to cover it up by saying, I'm them. But you're schizo. Well, no, I'm not schizo. I just got psychotic murderers projecting on me. But where it stops making sense is where there's worldwide groups or armies like 1977 wizards trying to torture and kill me with this weird racist insanity. Does that make sense? So, I mean, let's be realistic here. It's 2022 and racism and bigotry is not anything like it was during the 1800s or Martin Luther King. It's a whole different era. And these people are dramatizing things and trying to sort of brainwash me into stupidity and making me think this and that. And then it all comes down to media and trying to make it look like Kevin's crazy on some level, right? Because remember I'm mentioning, well, he's crazy. Well, that's just a cover-up excuse for hate. Okay? Now, if you want to talk about Adolf Hitler or what gay stalking is, it's trying to make someone look crazy out of hate, correct? Okay? I hate that guy. I'm going to figure out how to force him into a mental institution, make him look crazy or kill him or whatever. Or get him to kill himself. Okay, well, don't you think it's interesting that here's my father showing me Nazi-type referencey things with armies, worldwide armies or mutants at a young age? In comes Kevin kisses a black girl at 8. Kevin hates black people. Kevin's a white supremacist. Everyone killed Kevin. Building his Kevin hate armies in secret. And I guess hinting that I'm an assassin robot, I guess. And it's all about trying to make it look like Kevin can't differentiate media from reality. And then it jumps to schizophrenia, then it jumps to paranoia, then it jumps to anxiety. Well, yeah, if you're following me around trying to make me look crazy with a plan of people minute by minute, it's not healthy. But the argument for my mother is I just want you to have a normal life. And don't tell anyone. Well, isn't that the opposite? That's like saying, I want you to have a healthy life, so she pushes you off a cliff. Well, yeah, I understand what's coming out of the mouth, but why is there worldwide murder operations to kill me? And why can't anyone, especially my family, come forward and just say it how it is? Wait, what was that thing with like Brittany Henderson? I don't know if this is on video, but she was saying like, so you just say directly how it is. And I was sort of thinking, I don't think I counter-argued her at the time, because I think I was just getting to know her. But isn't that how it is? Hey, you go on a few dates with a girl, hey, you want to kind of have some fun, you want to, you meet someone you don't like, and you're like, I'm sorry, dude, but we're just not jiving, and I don't want to hurt your feelings. Some gay guy tries to ask you out. Look, dude, I'm not gay. I'm not really interested. I'm sorry. Oh, you're a horrible person. You were direct and mean to him. Right? I mean, that's sort of the reverse, not reverse, but disinformation I'm given, those types of things like that. Like, hey, I'm gay. You want to have sex or go out on a date? Well, I'm not really gay, but, I'm not really interested. I'm sorry. Oh, see, you hate gay people. Like the gay guy in Colorado, right? Like, you didn't ask me out. I have a worldwide campaign to kill you for what you did with your roommates and everyone else worldwide by not asking me out. Maybe his feelings were hurt, but that's part of it. That's part of, if I go to there and I ask out that girl and she says, no, not interested. And I've been in that situation. I've asked people out and they're like, no, I'm not interested, sorry. I'm like, okay, it's cool, whatever. Okay, maybe my feelings are a little hurt, or maybe I'm like, that sucks, I want to fucking date that girl. But now my family will come in with the police and be like, you're trying to force yourself on her, and you're trying to rape her, and you raped her, and... Wait, did I miss something here? Or maybe they'll say, because you didn't ask. Oh, this is a perfect one. Yeah, this is good. I might go somewhere and there's a cute girl. And I kind of did this with the Royal Donuts Asian girl. I drove by, and on my video that's narrated every day, I say, oh, there's a kind of cute girl in this Royal Donuts, and it's the only shop open at this late at night, but I really want a coffee or a donut or milk, and I explain before it happens, like usual, what's going to happen is she's going to work with mass groups to get mad that I'm somehow doing something to her and stalking her by once in a while coming by the donut shop. And instantly after the first donut shop, hey, I want a donut. Not even really knowing who's working there. Here come the cars with the mental illness tactics. You're harassing her. You won't leave her alone. You're this, you're that. But wait, nothing's happened. All I've done is walk into a donut shop, given a friendly smile, or maybe jokey or polite, and bought a donut. Okay, now everything you say is picked apart, like everything else. If you say something about waiting for JoJo's to finish your car, it's about her or something like that, right? Oh, he's making me wait. He's this. I don't remember the specifics because I get so many of these things per hour on camera narrated. So now he's stalking me, he keeps coming back, and he's harassing me, and he's waiting for me to ask him out, and he's this and he's that. Of course, the entire time she's working with the mental illness tactics from all these segmented locations. Example, she might be working with clothing colors from random girls on the internet, and people at Bob's Big Boy in Burbank, and things start escalating and ramping up. Why? Well, because you keep going back to a donut shop and buying donuts or coffee, or something like that. Or sometimes they go, it's like 3 a.m., and I buy a sandwich because where do you go? And also those donut shops are cheaper on food. Oh, well, now you're trying to control, manipulate, harass, force. Oh, but wait, nothing's happened. Like everywhere else, since 5 years old, nothing's happened. The only thing that's happened is her perception, because the well's been poisoned. But it's way past the well's been poisoned because people are following me, stalking me. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, what you're going to say is it's not safe. While City Guard is paid off to threaten me, sending me schizo messages that the city's in danger of me, I'm in danger of the city, and I'm in danger of the planet. But City Guard is paid off to try to silence me and kill me with all the other security companies. See what I'm saying? So, while going into a donut shop or Royal Donuts has nothing to do with a girl, it has to do with buying, what's on the sign? Donuts. It has to do with buying coffee. It has to do with buying food. It has to do with late hours. And then comes the Spanish Inquisition. Well, why are you drinking coffee at 3 a.m.? Like here's the employee. Here's the Asian employee. By the way, working with mass mobs to attack me, but here's the Asian employee asking the Spanish Inquisition questions. Well, why are you drinking coffee? Wait, why are you holding a coffee at 3 a.m. drinking coffee, asking me why I drink coffee and why I'm not asleep? Who are you? And I told the guy, I said, you're sitting here asking me why I'm not asleep and why I'm drinking coffee. It's 3 a.m. and you're sitting here behind a cash register asking people to come in the door at 3 a.m. and then you're coming after them. How dare you drink? How dare you buy a fucking donut at 3 a.m.? You're crazy. Well, why are you open? You're a hypocrite. You want people to come in at 3 a.m. so you can hunt us and kill us? Or are you like some kind of crazy sting operation to kill people that are awake past 8 p.m. or something, right? You don't understand. Why do they care? Then it's about the girl. Hey, I won't leave the girl. It hasn't been said, but you can see what they're doing. Then it's about the girl. You won't leave the girl alone. You're stalking the girl. You're making her do this. You're making her do that. You're forcing yourself on her. Well, we're coming back to Christy Reynolds here, right? Nothing's happened. I'm walking in the shop, one of the only fucking donut shops around here at 3 a.m., and I'm buying a fucking donut or something like that, and it's the Spanish Inquisition. Kevin needs to die. Look what he did. And she's getting angrier and angrier, and they're working with more and more of the mental illness tactics. Well, you came back. You came back to a donut shop more than once. You committed the plural crime. You're loitering. No, not loitering. You're, what was the Brian Longbotham terminology? You're frequenting the establishment, as if frequenting is like a bad word or something, right? The dramatized statements on empty words. Well, you're frequenting their location. Well, obviously I'm fucking frequenting their location because that's why they're fucking in business. So that people can come there at 3 a.m. and buy fucking donuts or whatever, right? Because if they didn't want people coming back and making money, then they wouldn't be in business. Oh, that goes up with the Dr. Susan Donner lonely crime. Well, Kevin, you're not allowed to date women because you're lonely. Wait, you're not allowed to date women because you're lonely, therefore you suffer from schizophrenia or crazy and you'd be locked in a mental institution. And by the way, it's about viruses creeping up on your brain. And honestly, you want to know where the whole virus thing starts from? Because in IRC in the 90s, some girl, I used to joke around and call some of these passive-aggressive stalkers, which I didn't understand back in the 90s that these were actually strategic operations. Does that make sense? I thought they were I just kept meeting crazy fucking loonies over and over. Until it got really bad. And I didn't understand they were connected events. And so one girl, and I joke around, pick and runs, like, hey, send me your pic. Send me your picture. This was on internet-related chat. Now, don't get confused with the Twin Towers here in LAPD and IRC, because that's a cover-up thing with my father. Being social on the internet, meeting people. Well, you can't meet people on the internet. It's dangerous. Well, maybe that was a perception at one point in time, and my father also said shopping on the internet is dangerous. Right? Amazon shopping on the internet is dangerous. So you need to get out of business. You need to put yourself out of business. Okay, so, yeah, I'm sure they're sitting there going, what? What is he fucking talking about? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Okay, so you're dealing with, like, paranoid psychotics. And they'll, like, kill you over these imperfections. Okay, and so going to the gym is dangerous if you go more than 4 times a week. That means you have OCD. Buying things on the internet means you're causing problems for yourself. Jokey t-shirts, creating art, they're all things that get you hunted and killed by plans of people. Okay, yeah, right, sure, And, cheese dick. Okay, so where are we here? Oh, so the girl on IRC says, send me your picture, and then she says, you sent me a virus. It's a JPEG. Yeah, there's a virus in a JPEG. You sent me a virus. I didn't send you a fucking virus. What are you talking about? Okay, well, whatever. So, stop talking to some crazy loon. You know, one of the random anonymous people taking turns on Kevin Perlman that you don't understand our linked events. So the whole thing with Susan Donner, 10 years later or something, finding out there's a worldwide execution. Well, at 29, that was the point I was lured into her for that frame job. A virus creeped up in your head and you suffer from schizophrenia. Well, that's not how schizophrenia works. It's like genetic, okay? And my guess, I don't have enough background info on that one, but my guess is that she's linking me being smart enough to see a cry wolfer, one of the hundreds of thousands of cry wolfers sent after me. That's my little terminology or label for that tactic. Hey, Kevin, you want to go on a date? He raped me. Kevin, you want to go on a date? He's an abusive asshole. Everyone kill him. Kevin, you want to go on a date? He tried to force himself on me. Kevin, let's go to a coffee shop. He hates black people. Whatever. You know, the cry wolfer tactic. I get about, let's say 10 of those a day on video, and they're all narrated. Okay, so, those linked events. Now, why are they linked? Why is the psychology community mad at someone for being social on internet-related chat in the mid-90s where people were told to hunt Kevin and execute him? Well, that's because of mental illness, and I just want you to have a normal life, so you do what I say or I kill you. Well, I'm just sort of here focused on the I do what you say or you kill me. Psychiatrist Natalie Craw. If you don't take medication, you will destroy your life. Translation here, lost in translation. If you don't do what I tell you, we're going to get together and execute you. But you're going to execute me anyways. You've proven that. Okay, so if you don't take medication, you're going to destroy your life. You better do what we tell you or we're going to execute you. Okay? Wait, what right? What right does anyone, for any reason, have to get into someone's life and tell them what they can and can't do? And especially using fucking mental illness labels. Well, you know, you suffer from mental illness because you went to the gym 4 times a week and have OCD. So if you don't take your medication, we're going to hunt you with a worldwide campaign and kill you. But I want you to have a normal life. Well, last I checked, going to the fucking gym 4 days a week is a normal life. Okay? Being healthy, lifting weights, doing cardio, being social is all a healthy part of life. So saying you're not allowed to go out and be amongst people or they're going to throw rocks at your head is not healthy unless you do what we tell you. And where do you fucking draw the line? Where do you draw the line? Do I gotta lick the shit out of your ass? Do I gotta fucking pick your cotton? Do I gotta fucking dig your trenches, work on your cars for you? And of course no pay either, right? While you whip me and say, if you don't do what we say, we're gonna put you, since 5 years old, we're gonna put you in a mental institution? Okay. So, I kissed a black girl at 8. And that's not normal and that's not healthy because it means that I have pure hate and rage and I need to be hunted, tortured, and killed until I have a normal life of what? Isn't the message if you kissed a black girl and you've been hunted now for 45 years for it by the black community and everyone else, if kissing a black girl is not healthy, then what is healthy? I guess that's what I'm trying to say, right? If actively going out to getting back into car hobbies and maybe finding a way to make money with cars. And you don't just make money with cars. You got to get into things. This applies to everything in life. This applies to photography. This applies to cars. This applies to being a good porn star. I don't care. You don't just magically wake up one day and become Mr. Olympic gold medal winner. You got to train for it your entire life. And if it's getting into studio photography, you have to have something that people are going to buy. You got to do it in a way that people want to give you your money, and you can't just, boom, I woke up, I want to make money with photography. Well, okay, you got to learn photography, and you got to figure out a commodity that sells, that people want to buy, okay? Whether it's a product or a service. Whether you want to build cars, you got to get good at welding fucking frames and building engines. You don't fucking wake up and do it. Okay, so what does that entail? Well, that entails starting slowly, and that entails networking with people in the industry, and that takes, whether you take your car somewhere, you're nice and polite, and you network with them, and, oh, but Damon Reagan's is hunting you since 8 years old, saying you're competing with him. Well, why is some random fucking black guy following me with every black person on the planet trying to kill me, saying I'm somehow doing something to him, even 40 years later, with daily groups of people following me from place to place, trying to kill me, saying, well, you farted next to David Riggins 40 years ago, so we're going to kill you. But wait, doesn't that stop me? Doesn't that stop me from having a normal life? But we want you to have a normal life, so we're going to stop you from having a normal life. Well, I'm sure everyone knows it's not about what comes out of someone's mouth, it's about their actions and behaviors. And you can tell me you're my friend, but if you're like Menard JoJo's trying to trick me into signing double USAA insurance claims to double charge USAA with my signature on it, and then saying, Kevin, we're not coming after you. You're coming you are coming after me by trying to get my signature on your fucking crimes, okay? And having fucking Armenian groups follow me from place to place, trying to take turns on anger and rage and threaten me, and then telling every fucking auto collision or every other shop that they're not going to help fucking fix my cars and try to force me back to them. Yeah, those are crimes, and that sentence, we're not coming after you, while having people whistle at me over and over and call me buddy, and then stop me from going to any other shop while they all continue with the murder attacks. Yeah, they are coming after me, because what does that do? It stops me from networking with people on any level, whether it be to make friends, whether it be to make money, whether it be to rent my car on Turo, which still needs to be fixed and finished, at all the auto shops. And this doesn't just apply to auto shops. It applies to auto shops, pools, coffee shops, colleges. You're not allowed to get an education. Remember, women like Kelly Hatch paid off to have me executed, killed. Coffee shops or colleges. So you're not allowed to get an education either. Why am I not allowed to get an education? And make money and have friends. And then you're not allowed to mix, right? So if you go to a party in college, then you're not there for an education. If you don't go to a party, then you're not going to be social. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? That it's just going to keep switching and jumping, and from thing to thing until Kevin's dead and gone. And I'm about to end this. I'm getting a little tired. It's getting long. The SD card might fill up. And so the point I'm obviously making here is that they are just going to keep making up excuse after excuse in their mass worldwide conspiracies to execute me. And it's not about mental illness. It's about hate. Okay? It's about hate. It's about intolerance to imperfection and hate. And that is it. And the more things I try to accomplish, the more resources they use to stop me. Why? Okay, that's a simple black and white question. If the more things I do to better my life whether it be social or make money or hobbies or be around people, because isn't being around people healthy? Like non-abusive people. Isn't being around people that aren't trying to torture and kill you healthy for you? But they don't want that. Because they want me in a mental institution. So they want to throw me in a mental institution and then say you're crazy. Out of hate. And a lot of that has to do with you know too much. Okay, so if you wanted me to be healthy, you would stop with the worldwide mental illness tactics. You would admit to it. You would say, we fucked up. This is wrong. It's unacceptable. We lied about Kevin. None of it's fucking true. And that's the start of a healthy life that I didn't know what was going on. But what you can't say is, you forget this ever happened or we kill you. You see what I'm saying? If we even sense that you're thinking about what we've done to your life, we're going to kill you. We're going to execute you. The thought police, right? And you don't read books. You don't get an education about manipulating people. Like the book they're so mad at me about, Emotional Blackmail, because it exposes my murder groups hunting me since 5 years old. So they got mad at me for reading Emotional Blackmail. Okay, so they're mad at me for reading books about controlling douchebags and trying to turn it around on me like everything else, right? But why don't you just drop it and say that this is wrong and what we did to Kevin Perlman's life is wrong? Why is it the end of the world? Well, because it opens up doors to government and psychology community murder operations, flag and kill operations to 5 years old in the name of controlling 5-year-olds or bullshit about mental illness or whatever. And all you have to understand is that my father sees me like he saw Rhoda, the Rhodesian Ridgeback, where he put shock collars on her and wants to fucking zap her to death, okay? And that is it. And it's not about control, it's about hate and anger. Okay, I don't know. I've never heard anyone say that putting shock collars and zapping them on dogs is okay because it's about control. I think almost every person who's sane would say that that's fucked up, and there's no possible reason you should put a shock collar on your dog, even if, like my father, I don't want the dog going in the kitchen. I don't want my dog going in the kitchen. Well, fucking train the dog to not go in the kitchen in a loving, kind, non-abusive way, and not really even the kitchen, but don't jump on the kitchen table. Okay? Now, I cannot think of any justifiable reason to put shock collars on your children. Especially with planetary operations to help, for any fucking reason. And the guy has a second psychology degree, which means he's a fucking loon and a nut, and he's kind of like Hannibal Lecter. The imperfection burp crime, I need to be hunted and killed. Okay, the world and city are in danger of me because I just burped. Okay, so my point that putting shock collars on people and dogs and bamboo under the fingernails and bashing people in the head with fucking crowbars and baseball bats and are not in the name of psychology, they're in the name of hate. And the only reason people like to hurt and inflict pain on people is because they hate their fucking guts. Now, there are psychotic murderers that can't understand the difference, like my father. But once again, why are these people helping? Why are they all part of a worldwide murder conspiracy to execute a 5-year-old by trying to shock him to death, so to speak? Without actually shocking. Mental illness, equivalent to throwing rocks at your head, okay? Or provoking you without touching you with passive-aggressive torture and terror tactics, with negative reinforcement that would drive anyone fucking crazy and try to get reactions to set someone up to execute them. Why? Hate. Okay? Now maybe my father thinks that bashing people in the skull with crowbars is like a form of therapy or something. I don't know. My bigger concern is, why is their entire planet helping non-stop for 45 years to this minute? Okay, so when they're trying to talk about, well, Kevin suffers from post-traumatic stress syndrome. No, I walk outside my house every fucking day with worldwide murder groups, minute by minute, especially businesses. You're banned from the world because you turned 29 and found out they were hunting you to kill you with worldwide support since 5 years old. So you're not allowed to breathe or exist. Okay, so on that dark, exceptionally dark note, that is the truth, and we all know it's the truth. So the sooner everyone gets together and starts speaking out publicly about the truth, instead of trying to sweep all this under the rug and attack me more for speaking out about it, the better. Because it's not going away until people start saying this is wrong and unacceptable, period. Okay? And so the more people that rise up against me with the mental illness attacks for speaking out about the mental illness attacks are the people that are trying to keep it covered up, and they don't want the attacks to die. Does that make sense? They want to keep the murder operations going, and then they're probably going to say that I'm making them do it, right? Just like I made Jason put license plate frames on his car, his Mazda, that says I swerve people at random. Just like I'm making women sit out on the side of the road by the Honda dealer, launching vehicles at me perpendicular, T-boning me, and then jumping out of their car saying Kevin tried to kill me when they launched their vehicles at me. And by the way, I was listening to the backfire. And by the way, that's not a one-time thing. I mean, they've had person after person, some of them even on video, launching vehicles at me, waiting on the side of the road and launching vehicles at me perpendicular and things like that, or trying to make it look like they're U-turns. And okay? And at every point, the cops didn't think that what they were doing was wrong. And you don't think the cops know if there's a worldwide campaign to execute me? You don't think the cops know what's going on? Okay? If there's a worldwide execution of Kevin Perlman, then the cops know what's going on, period. Okay? And it's not because everyone's in danger of Kevin. It's because someone hates Kevin at 5 years old and they're doing whatever it takes to kill Kevin. Okay? And the more information I find out or speak about, or even don't speak about, even if I was to write in little secret diaries, they would still be mad. Okay? Just like Adolf Hitler. Okay? You don't think. You're not allowed to think. You're not allowed to read books. You're not allowed to ask questions. You're not allowed to talk. You're a dead man. Okay, so I'm going to go here, and I think this is a meat cheese. I'm going to go here and get a pizza now. Places with pizza get really mad at me for some reason for buying pizzas. Yeah, I know, there is no explanation like everything else, but it's because I'm a schizophrenic, right? Yeah, sure, okay. That makes perfect sense. So if you think I'm a schizophrenic, you just sell me a pizza without throwing rocks at my head, right? Okay, so this is, yeah, it is, no. Shit. Yeah, it isn't a meat cheese. Okay, so we're going to order a meat cheese pizza here. I'm going to cut it off here. Or I'll probably end up adding something to this after I get my food, because something's going to happen. Prediction, I'm going to walk in, he's going to call me boss, which is one of the repetitive tactics. As I walk out, he's going to say, have a good one, repetitively with everyone else. He might say no worries several times throughout the conversation. And there's thousands of these things. He'll probably tap on the counter or something. And probably tap on the counter. And there's, did I say whistling? There's probably a whistle. Usually an older one was all the coffee shop baristas and chefs whistling for hours upon hours at me. So he might whistle. So those are just a few of these thousands of things. And when I come back in, I'll tell you what happened. There's a guy who sees me right now. Looks like he's parking backwards. What happens is they see me and then they start parking backwards. They go, there's Kevin. They do both. They do it in case I ever go anywhere in the world, and they do it when they see me, it ramps up. So if I go somewhere where it's rarely the lot's normal, when they see me, they'll pull backwards. Or, hey, when they see me, they'll pull backwards, and sometimes it's, I'm thinking too much. If I go into a parking lot, usually there's things like cars and twos backwards, even if it's in a different state, in case I ever go that direction, as everyone knows. But if someone sees... So if I go to a parking lot, everything's forwards, which is rare, instantly things will go backwards. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, so they'll go backwards once they see me, but they don't know me. Why don't they know me? Because that makes you look like a violent paranoid schizo. Okay? I know you, but I don't know you. It's like our little secret Illuminati groups, right? Oh, Kevin's crazy. He thinks he's in the Illuminati because we have people walking around saying, hey, Kevin, the Illuminati's real, and I know people in the Illuminati, and it all happens at the same exact time from city to city, which is a little interesting because how does this worldwide communication instantly go out in a mass worldwide kill conspiracy? Okay, so I'm going to go and get this pizza, and I'll tell you what happened. Okay, so that was interesting because it was actually a little weird. But I went in and he's actually really professional and he wasn't a douchebag. But remember, we're not over because we've got to wait 10-15 minutes for the pizza. So when I go back in, he might do this thing that people do. Like they're kind of, sometimes, some situations are like, they're nice. And then the second visit, they become completely, sorry, burp. Completely different people, like have it going brother and bro, like you'll watch their demeanor just completely doing 180, right? And then somehow I guess that's supposed to apply to me, like, Kevin, you can't see yourself, like the see a ninja thing. I'm gonna kill you, Kevin, you can't see yourself. Who are you? I don't even fucking know who you are, right? Okay, right? Like, why are you seeking me out at University of Colorado trying to kill me? Why don't you just go out on a date and see if it works or doesn't work? Why do you gotta hunt me down and kill me with every resource on the planet like everyone else? Which was an Asian psycho. But yet, the next person in line, I gotta kill Kevin no matter what it takes. How do you know me? I'm from California. I'm transferring from Oregon. How do you know me, right? Well, I don't know you. Of course, that never came up because I didn't know what was going on, right? I mean, you wouldn't. Okay, so he was nice. Now, when I go back in 10-15 minutes, we'll probably have a completely different reaction, right? Which will be interesting, because you'll say, now what he'll do is he'll try to make you think like you did something to him or something like that, right? And then what will happen is they'll go out telling people, 7:53. So he'll start going out and telling people Kevin came in here and he tried to, he threw rocks in my head and he tried to slice my throat and this and that, and it'll go out worldwide, right? Worldwide. So it won't go to a couple people, it'll go out worldwide. Now I'm not telling you this is going to happen right now, but I'm telling you that what usually happens, okay? Systematically over and over and over, and it's very rare that I walk into a place and someone's professional like that. Very rare. So we're going to see what happens, but it's not over yet. Now, speaking of the cars backwards, we have the blue Accord that saw me and pulled backwards as I was pulling in the lot, and to the right here was just left walking into the pizza place. Someone saw my car here in a red minivan and pulled backwards by the 7-Eleven, and they went in and they left their headlights on, and they went in and they came out and they left. Okay, so the parking lot here, which is kind of rare that things are actually always forwards, had two cars that pretty much saw me and pulled backwards. Well, Kevin, some people park their cars backwards. They do. But it takes a lot more work to park your car backwards than it does forwards. And in 2011, after I parked backwards once by the Encino Starbucks on Havenhurst and Ventura, worldwide, just like when they were taking off the license plates all across Southern California, after I was taking pictures of license plates of my stalkers, trying to get them to the police. They all took, everyone at the same time was told to take the license plates off and put fake. Okay, now you can also link that maybe to Jason's I swerve it, hit people at random, and then saying it's me. But they don't care. They've never questioned whether it's me or Jason. You see what I'm saying? They instantly, they don't care about the devil child. They care about the good kid. And they're hunting the good kid with all Jason's shit, and Brian Weaver's shit, and Tom Farley's shit, and Greg Waugh's shit, and all these things. There's probably 1,000 things I don't even know that I'm accused of from people maybe I said hi to, and that's it, right? Okay, so back to the pizza. Okay, some of the things. So now I might test the water. I don't need to anymore, but I might test the waters like I used to 15, 20 years ago. And I'll take a picture of the pizza and I'll put it on the internet. Or maybe I'll make a joke about the pizza because I have a sense of humor and I like to joke around. And, oh, well, if you smile and have a sense of humor, you're an evil murderer. You're like Loki. Yeah, okay, so once again, how are we going to, you have a sense of humor to your Loki and we're going to hunt you and kill you with every person on the planet. Right? Doesn't make any sense. Unless it's a government kill agenda. Okay, so you're not allowed to have a sense of humor either. Weird. You're not allowed to have a sense of humor, emotion, joke around, be friendly, mix business with pleasure. There's zero blurring of the lines on any level. I'm not allowed to, after work, go out with my coworkers and have a beer at happy hour, but everyone else is. Okay, so, pizzas. If I post a pizza on the internet, everyone will probably start calling me boss. They'll hint, what are some of the pizza things? I don't know why they're so angry about pizza. Technically, if you want to go sexual, you could, hey, women pie, whatever. But they'll just, if it goes on like Twitter or Instagram or I was about to say MySpace, Facebook, an entire planet will feed off a harmless pizza. Now, I remember, and I might, at this point, I'll make a joke. I'll make a sarcastic joke about it. It'll be like, and then you would say, but then they get mad. But why are you mad? Why can't you sort of laugh at the joke and go, you're fucking funny, Kevin. That's fucking hysterical. Okay? Instead, they go, you're stalking us. I'm stalking you because I made a joke about a pizza. Whether that joke is something about the movie American Pie or sexual because there's that whole, what is it? Sausage pizza thing, that porn thing. Well, because you bought a pizza, you're schizophrenic, and we think you're going to break into some girl's house with a pizza with your penis through the middle, right? I mean, it's just going to go crazy like that, right? And you're going to say, what the fuck's going on? Because that doesn't make any sense. That's not how the human species thinks. How the human species thinks is if I actually break into someone's house with my dick sticking out of a fucking pizza, then they flip out, not before. See what I'm saying? So everything that's happening is before. Their judgments. You're guilty until proven innocent. You're a 5-year-old I don't trust, so we're going to execute you. But I didn't do anything. Yeah, but you're going to do something. I'm going to do something. That's crazy. Then my brother hinting about that movie, that TV show with psychics that are forensic psychics trying to intimidate me. I could go through 100,000 things like that. My father taking me to hypnotists and then trying to hint that he knows what I did. And you get it? Like, I got you off balance. I got you off guard. I have your most inner secrets. You know what you did. What'd I do? I won't tell you, but I'm still going to kill you. Okay? So, is there a porno or something about a pizza and a boss? I don't know. What is pizza? Why will pizza trigger me? It's like that. It's like fucking the movie Undercover Brother. It's like, hey, can you give me all the fucking trigger words here that are gonna flip you out because I don't know what to fucking say because I gotta walk on fucking eggshells with every person on the planet since 5 years old, right? And if I buy a pizza, normally I don't have to post the picture. That's the point. Because it instantly goes out worldwide. But I play into it at this point because there's no escaping it. Like, if you can't beat it, how's it go? If you can't beat them, join them or whatever, but that's not really what it's about. But, look, if you have to live your life in isolation, you're not allowed to make jokes, you're not allowed to buy food, you're not allowed to this, well, you're going to end up making jokes out of it, right? Because there's no other way to cope, and they're not going to stop. So if I post the pizza, or before posting the pizza, they would know worldwide. But now, so I know they're going to know worldwide no matter what, so I might as well post a joke about the fucking pizza, right? Oh, but you're crazy, that's not happening. But it is happening, we all know it's happening. So I post the pizza, and maybe I make a boss joke or something, I don't know, or maybe a sausage pizza joke, or, oh, he's belittling us, and he's harassing us, and he's not safe for the world, and he's a schizophrenic, and I'm a schizophrenic because I can see through the bullshit? Well, then what that says is you're a fucking murderer trying to get away with a crime. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off. Let's see, it's... What time is it? 10:53. So we got a good 10 minutes. I'm going to turn this off. I'll tell you what happens when I walk back in. Or if cars start showing up doing things in the parking lot, which is a very high probability. Like we might have like 5 red Corvettes or something show up. I don't think we will tonight, but those are the things that have been happening for a good 21 years. And technically, they've probably been happening for a good 45 years. Or at least after 94 in the internet, and my brother wanting me to see the internet so bad, working both sides of the fence. You're my brother, but I gotta kill you. You're my brother, but I gotta kill you. Okay, so, alright. Okay, so while we wait, I just thought about this. I think I explained it, but I'm just gonna explain it super fast because I was going through tangents here. The car thing. Just want to make sure I got this point across. We're going to keep destroying your vehicles. All the auto shops are going to... We're not going to fix them. We're going to string it out like 8 months, a year for something that's like 2 weeks to a month. Or some things are legit, like ordering parts right now, like 2 months to get an engine block, 2 or 3 months to get pistons. Some things are legit, but some things aren't. Like when JoJo's had my car, they had all the parts. But they sat there month after month after month. Okay. And so what I'm trying to say is, just in a super summed up thing, we're going to destroy your cars. We're going to dangle carrots and make you wait forever while throwing rocks at your head, all connected events with car meetup groups and everywhere else trying to drive you crazy and pique your anxiety. And then we're going to try to get reactions. And then when you call... Hey, why is this fucking... Are you guys going to fucking finish this already or whatever? He's controlling and he's crazy and he needs to be put in a mental institution, and they're all no-win scenarios. You see what I'm saying? They're not going to finish it. You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Okay? Either the car is going to sit there rotting away for 10 years, or you're going to call and go, are you going to fucking finish this? And they're going to go, nobody worked with this guy, he's crazy. Okay, now that, with everything else, whether it's getting college degrees, or getting jobs, or starting companies, are all identical with these sort of double-blind scenarios, or catch-22 scenarios, right? It's either this way or that way. There's no middle ground, and when I'm talking about my family's personalities, and all the people I've ever met, the same black and white, extremely radical, crazy, insane, psychotic black and white, not just black and white, but psychotic, murdering black and white personalities. So you blurred the line, we got to kill you. You blurred the line, we're gonna ban you from every. You blurred the line. You dated a girl from your work, therefore you're not allowed to get a job anywhere in the world. Okay, that type of thing. You'd be like, huh? Okay, so I just wanted to throw that in there really quick. These are all these situations, not just the cars, whether it's dating women since a young child, are all by design to exterminate. And everyone is in on it, period. Okay? And until people start admitting that this is wrong, because why would you not? That really states who you are. If you can't admit this is wrong, then you're a worthless piece of shit. I mean, bottom line. You're worthless. You're worthless. Your children should look at you like the lowest form of shit ever, and fucking spit on you. And when you die, spit on your fucking grave, okay? And I'm just going to say that. I'm going to be really fucking honest. So, when these people are behaving this way, they are defining themselves. Okay, and it has nothing to do with God or Jesus or Christmas or religion or anything else. Okay, so I just want to throw that in there. Now I'm about to go in and get the pizza, so. Alright. Okay, so like I told you, 2 things happened. One was we're waiting for you to come in to pick up the pizza, and one guy grabs the trash and he takes it out. Now that's a common tactic amongst coffee shops. They'll see me pull up, get a coffee, they'll come out and they'll take the trash out. Like some kind of hidden message like, you're trash and we're taking you out, or who knows, right? The other thing, of course, as I mentioned was going to happen, was to have a good one. So he went from this sort of like insecure-ish I'm being professional to now you're a piece of shit and you need to die. Okay, now nothing was directly said. Why? Because it's about idea of references and trying to make someone look crazy. Okay? If it was direct, it would be like, there you go, you piece of shit. And you'd say, the fuck? Why did you just call me a piece of shit? I don't know who you fucking are. But it's not worded that way. Why? Because what was Dr. Ronald Barry Perlman's statement was, you're not allowed to defend yourself. And when he's saying things like that, you can see that it's not just a threat, but he's actually, with the psychology community, designing the arguments to make you look crazy. That you can't say anything that's not going to make it worse. Do you see what I'm saying? It's no matter what you do to try to address the issue, it's going to get worse for you. You see what I'm saying? So what do? Well, you can react with that's the scrapes. You could react with the same level of aggression to stop them, but it's designed so the police run around going like, well, we don't want you defending yourself. We just want you to take the fucking blows. Kind of like what? Like a slave owner whipping a slave, correct? Okay? Now, ironically, I was mentioning that people would start posting on the internet immediately. So the Mexican guy was taking out the trash, and who was the first to immediately start posting on the internet was Alexis Amore, porn star Alexis Amore. Okay. Now I just noticed while I was in the car, made a comment about me getting help because I posted something the other day calling the bluff about some of the weird freaky things that was done with Tim Thompson with box covers on the fucking floor of her and telling me to go down to the Spearmint Rhino, that they wanted me to look at their computers in LA, and she was down there with this scared look on her face because she knew what she was involved in, right? So when she's saying 2 days ago, get help because she doesn't want a counter argument to their behaviors, which are unfucking heard of. Okay, these are not normal behaviors. They're unfucking heard of. Well, you need to get help and you need to get therapy and you're crazy. Okay, so we walk in, we get a pizza. Boom, here comes Alexis Amore. Wait, but how does Alexis Amore know? I just walked in. Alexis Amore is down at Redondo Beach. And if I go down to Redondo Beach because I want to go to a different beach or go to Hermosa or go here, go to Torrance, go to Laguna, you're stalking Alexis Amore. Okay, so once again, you're a stalker, you need to get help, and you ruined my life. And wait, Alexis Amore's in all sorts of shit with Brian Longbottom, which links to Universal Studios and following me to Spearmint Rhinos. And how do you know that, Kevin? Well, I know it because there wouldn't be any issue about anything until maybe I drive down to Redondo Beach for no reason and Alexis Moore's, Kevin's trying to kill me or something like that, right? Get help. Okay, but yet the guy she's saying get help to, boom, Kevin goes here to buy a pizza. Here comes Alexis Amore, clockwork, because there's something about Alexis Amore and pizzas and this and that, and they're using it as weird ideas, reference or schizophrenia messages, and every situation is the same. Hey, I go to a coffee shop, porn star follows me, I don't talk to him, Kevin's stalking me, Kevin's trying to kill me. The fuck, you follow me there? I didn't say anything. How am I trying to do anything to you? It goes worldwide. Okay, right? So in comes the cover-up. Kevin, you're crazy, and I don't know you, and why are you talking to me? And obviously I don't have direct conversations like, hey, Alexis, why are you involved in this mass conspiracy to... No, but I do little hinty comments all day, whether it's direct or indirect, based on people's behaviors, right? And they don't like it. You're crazy. But here she is, following me. Am I following Alexis Amore by buying a pizza, or is she following me? Okay, so now how did I know that was going to happen even though I didn't really mention the Alexis Amore part? I knew it was going to happen because it's systematic and over. Does that make sense? So anytime I post a picture of a pizza or go here, you're crazy, get help. or maybe she'll feed into it, but then you're imagining it. Okay, so everything that happened, I was about to mention her, I think I mentioned porn stars, but I was sort of trying to be polite, but then I noticed that get help comment saying that Kevin's crazy and he needs to get help and he's ruining my life. I'm down at Wayland Hills trying to buy pizza. Now, the point I'm making is that it doesn't matter where or when I buy a pizza, out Alexis Amore will come and he's ruining my life. She could be in fucking Japan, okay? Now, the point is, what is the message? You don't go get pizzas, correct? If you ever go get a pizza, you're crazy, we need to kill you, because you're crazy. Wait, but how do you know I got a pizza? How do you know I walk into Amici's here in Fallbrook? She's in Redondo Beach. I didn't post it on the internet. I haven't posted anything on the internet. How did she know? Well, that defines the entire situation since 5 years old. They're doing things they shouldn't be doing. They're doing things that involve trying to make people look like violent, paranoid schizos. And then they're saying, get help. Okay, but why can't you just say that hunting people trying to kill them since 5 years old is wrong? And then sending person after person, stripper, porn star, after them to execute them, and then saying, hey, Rhodey, take Kevin to strip clubs, and you take Kevin to strip clubs, and Eric Christensen in 91 take Kevin to strip clubs, and Kevin's stalking and hunting strippers. And I can guarantee you when Eric Christensen took me to the first strip club with that tactic, Alexis Amore wasn't even fucking born. Let's see, 91. Okay, so to reinforce what she's involved in, right? Now all these people are making these choices because they're forcing me to speak out, right? And then they go, you don't talk, and you're crazy. Yeah, but why are they doing it? Example, why would Alexis Amore care that I go to a psychiatrist or not so much that she gets together with Brian Longbotham and follows me from the pool halls to Sharkies to Brian Longbotham's I wanted you to do photo shoots for shark vacuums, things I wasn't really thinking about, because not only do you have trust for your friends, but think of the level of sirens. Think of the level of trust or the level of detail in executing and ending my life and making me look crazy is out of the scale of anything known to man. Okay? It is completely unheard of. Not so much, it's extremely rare on a small gang stalking scale, but a planetary fucking Congress, Senate level. Is it really 823? Okay. So I just sort of want to make that clear, and I'm just sort of looking at the cop car behind me because he's coming with sirens blaring this way. Oh, fire trucks over here. Ironically, by the Royal Donuts that I was talking about. And, okay, so there's a fire truck by the probably car accident, it's raining. Okay, so I'm gonna hit, where am I going? Yeah, I guess I'll go home. Okay, so ironically by the road, I see lots of cars backwards with lights on in there too. Now one of the things that happens is, like, example, I go to some Michi's here, and then Royal Donuts there, everyone will sort of show up with cars backwards, lights on, or maybe 5 gray pickups backwards, or so these things, remember that these things happen minute by minute to make someone look crazy. But why? Because some girl following me from place to place trying to make me look crazy says I won't leave him alone? Okay, you see these weird crazy patterns, right? Like Kelly Hatch, follow Kevin up to Southern Oregon State and try to terrorize him until he's afraid to look at anything else other than his shoes, right? You see what I'm saying? So, okay. So that statement to the public, Kevin, you're crazy, get help, but secretly I'm stalking you with these psychological warfare tactics with everyone else to sort of hint, okay, this is the thing. I'm hinting I like you to try to reel you in, right? I'm hinting I like you to try to reel you in. But if you say something, you're crazy and a stalker. Well, I'm not the one. I don't know when she goes to Amici's Pizza or anywhere else. But I do know that when Brian Longbottom says, Kevin, let's go from the pool hall and go to Sharky's and get some food, and Alexis Amore is sitting there after all their sort of events at Oxnard Rhino with Rody Morales, that something freaky's going on, right? So when you're talking about someone getting help, that would be Alexis Amore. Because why would you take part in it anyways? Well, now, was she paid money? Probably, right? And what's their motive? Well, execution, extermination, we're going to force you in a mental institution, make you look crazy and force you in a mental... Oh, isn't that Jason Perlman's threat at 14 to 16? Me and my friends are going to put you in a mental institution because you didn't help me hurt your friend Greg Waugh. And wasn't that the same Adriana Oliveira's threats, right? Because I didn't date her, she's going to lock me away in a mental institution. All these weird... Her statements that she put her brother in a mental institute. All these weird reoccurring things from stranger to stranger. Now, like I said, I just bought a fucking pizza. Okay? That's it. So Alexis Amore, and I don't even know this comment was made 2 days ago, but get help. Because she's not woman enough to admit that this is wrong. But she obsesses on me all day and night, 24/7. And we sort of end up passing these little psychological jokes because I'm left in isolation and sit there all day and night wondering what's going on, and nobody will address the issue. And this has been going on for 45 years. I make it to 29. I watch people play these mind games like I'm gonna secretly flirt with you with the idea of reference messages, and eventually after 21 years of minute by minute, you sort of do it back a little, because what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do in between worldwide psychological murder attacks, and you know that they are trying to sort of overpower you with your crazy? So she does it. She can disappear for a month, and I don't speak for a month, and I post something, and then she comes out of the fucking blue, and she tries to do these weird, like, double meaning things, like, I'm just back because of this other thing. Okay, and how long is that going to go on with an entire planet directed at me? Because normally what would happen is I'd walk the other way and go, this chick's nuts, and meet people that were willing to do things with me in real life that didn't involve idea of reference messages, right? Okay, more importantly, I go buy the pizza. She posts while I'm waiting in the car. I go in comes the hate and rage. You bought a pizza. Okay, now their argument's going to be, Kevin's provoking us, Kevin's crazy, Kevin's buying a pizza because of Alexis Amore or something else, because it's going to switch and change. And she pokes her head out of the ground, a snake hole, so to speak, and everyone else looks the other way, and they don't focus on the actual events. They just keep coming after Kevin Perlman since 5 years old. Okay? Now what's that about? Okay, well, somewhere the government said, everyone, we're going to hunt and kill Kevin, everyone help. And that's what we get, minute by minute on video, narrated in the last 5-6 years or something, but 15 years on video, narrated this person, look at what these two are doing, look at what that stranger's doing. Okay, it's been exponentially growing since 5 years old, execute Kevin at all costs. It has not stopped, okay? There's no argument. There's nothing's about anything. If you say what's going on, there's no answer. Get help, you're crazy. I was explaining that as I was sort of leaving the Amici's parking lot, that everything that's happening is designed by the psychology community and government to kill. No more fucking siren. To kill, right? And it starts with my own family. So kill Kevin at all costs at 5 years old. Okay, but do it in a way that there's no loose ends, okay? So now we're going back. 5 years old. My father says, I'm going to try to make my son look like a violent, paranoid schizo. Why is he doing it? Well, I don't know. I can go through my childhood and try to nitpick things that I think he's angry at, and I have a good idea of why he snapped. It still doesn't make sense that the murderer... It still doesn't make sense that the murderer did snap, trying to demanding complete perfection from his 5-year-old. But I can kind of go through my life and go, yeah, you know, I can see this event and how a psychotic murdering father who put shock collars on dogs would try to kill his kid over this or that, right? And you're also sort of noticing a pattern where my family can't, my father, probably my entire family, but my father can't differentiate human beings from animals as well. Okay, so when you're talking about human behavior and human emotion and feelings and what a psychotic murderer is capable of, example, a serial killer probably doesn't see women as human. Does that make sense? And my father can't see his children, or at least me, as a human being. He sees me like maybe an object, or the same as a dog. And so when he thinks it's okay to shock dogs, oh my light, when he thinks it's okay to put shock collars and shock dogs, he also thinks it's okay to shock his kid or kill his kid or put his kid down because his kid didn't eat chopped liver at the dinner table. Example, I can remember maybe 8 years old or something. I was grossed out by the chopped liver, and my father said, if you don't eat the chopped liver, you're not allowed to leave the dinner table. And I said, fine, I'm not eating the chopped liver. And I sat there for an hour, and I think he might have given up, I can't remember. But it probably made him really angry that I'm going to kill my son because he didn't do what I told him to do. And this is an orthopedic surgeon with a secondary psychology degree. You can understand he's a cold-blooded psychotic murderer with no feeling, emotion, or anything. So when you're talking about these people and what they're doing, I can assure you that this is not the way the world works. My father says this is the way the world works. He's just sort of deluded in his psychotic murdering ways, and he thinks that killing people is okay. Like, he doesn't see it as wrong, right? Okay, especially 5-year-olds. That's where it's even more disturbing. But how does he get all these people to help? Okay, so okay. Okay, so I think I'm done. This is a pretty long thing. I'm done. I'm gonna sort of shut this off. Okay.